The following is a live sports presentation on Glycon.
Glycon's coverage of UA Local 502 Louisville basketball game night starts now.
On the call, as first we will see Sacred Heart take on Ballard. That will be followed by Manual and Assumption. Mark, great to be back alongside you. I'm happy to work with you again. But, man, we've got a good couple of ball games coming our way.
Yeah, we do. Anytime you get to the Final Four of the 7th region, you're going to see some good teams. What we're going to see, though, tonight is a very been there and done that for a long time. Yeah. 5 straight state championships, which is unheard of. Sacred Heart team playing against it's been a long time. There's a new kid back on the block, and that's the Ballard Bruins. Corey's done a fantastic job as a first-year coach, got him to this point, but I think his biggest thing he's going to have to manage would be the jitters.
Yeah. They've definitely got their work cut out for them here in this one tonight. Let's go ahead and take a look at our players to watch. First for Sacred Heart, they have got a lot of talent on this team, but our player to watch for them has got to be Bree Wilkins, Coach.
Yeah, she's silk to me. She's so smooth. You know, she's gotten where she can play 3 levels and score at 3 levels now. She uses her body a lot better, a lot more physical this year than she's been in the past, which really makes a big difference. She can take it to the rim and get it there. She's strong. She can get to the free throw line. She's just a very good player, and she has a way about her that when the games are on the line, she finds a way to get to the basket.
Yeah, has scored 3,000 points in her career, so she definitely knows how to find the basket. And for the Ballard side of things, we've got a key on Ari Rogers, although Kendall Taylor played very well on Monday, but Ari Rogers played well in the second half. I think we keep our eye on her here tonight.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, she kind of leads the team. She leads well. She follows her coach's lead and does well with that. Keeps them organized, moves the ball well. It's an all-around good ball player.
Yep, there you go. There are your players to watch as we'll slide in our first break here. We'll come back on the other side, and Coach got a chance to catch up with Donna Moyer, the head coach of Sacred Heart. You'll hear that conversation next as we get you set for Louisville basketball game night, 7th Region semifinal action here this evening on Glycon.
Hi, folks. Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer. Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and Louisville.
When you bundle home and auto, life can be easier. You choose coverage that makes sense for you, at a price that's right for you, and a local State Farm agent who's there for you.
Call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Oldham County today.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by Polo Real Estate Group, your one-stop real estate source. Founded by 1993 male graduate Dion Reese. Contact him at 502-387-6330 or visit polorealestategroup.com.
Yes, this is Mark Evans here from Blackhawk with a good friend, Coach Donna Moyer, getting ready for her semifinal game tonight against the Ballard Bruins. Donna, you've been here and done that a lot of times and came out on top most of the times. But it's never easy, and you can't take it for granted.
No, you can't. And, I've got so many new kids on my team that they don't quite understand, the finality of the regional tournament and and it's a lot of fun, and it's interesting. We're playing in a new venue to be here at Atherton, so I kind of miss the tradition of Valley. It's always been kind of a good ride out there. You can put your thoughts together, but really, really excited to play Ballard tonight, and I'm happy where my team is right now.
Well, Coach Gainey's done a nice job, first-year coach, and getting them along that far. What do you think about that team?
They got 3 kids averaging in double figures. Corey's done a great job with them. I've known him since, high school, so it's kind of fun to see him have success over there. And obviously know their athletic director, Jared Baker, really well. He used to coach for me. So, I'm glad that he's having success. I think it's great for them to be where they are because we need good teams in Jefferson County. We just do, and I think he's done a great job.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think one of the things that I've always noticed about you and your teams when you come in is just what you pretty much just said. You love it. You enjoy it. It's kind of your time, and I think that rubs off on your kids. I think that's always been that in the LIT are the times I always think about Coach Moyer, because I think you're at your best in those 2 big time tournaments.
Yeah, we kind of mark these games on our calendar. Obviously being a longtime coach, I know the importance of the LIT, which I think that's something we're going to miss because it's going to be how tournament tough are the teams because, you could always count on the LIT with that one and done. It kind of mirrors the state tournament, mirrors the regionals, and we missed out on that. So, I think it's going to be an interesting, Final Four.
Sure. As far as tonight, what are you looking for? How do you want to get off? How do you want to get going tonight? What's your thought?
I think we've kind of traditionally this school year been a slow start team, and Monday night we got out to a quick start, and we've really been working hard in practice. Finally got everybody over the flu and everything, and so we've been able to have some really challenging practices and working on some of the stuff we need to work on. But one of the things is we want to get out on the gate quickly. We want to reverse the basketball, challenge them if they're going to press us, and then kick it up defensively.
Well, I think that a great advantage is being there and doing that, and I think when your teams come in, they're not hoping to win, they're expecting to win. I think that's a big advantage. So getting out in front of a team right off the bat, especially a very new to the game as far as Ballard goes, could really pay great dividends.
Yeah, I think so. And, I don't know. I've been in athletics my whole life, and I just always believe I'm going to win. No matter what. And I think a lot goes into preparation and mental preparation. And I think our kids are ready for tonight, and we'll see what happens.
Well, nobody does it better, Donna.
Well, thank you very much.
Buying or selling a new home, and you want to do it with few hassles? Count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Go ahead, pour it on, as thick as you want to. Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, serving up the tastiest ribs, chicken, brisket, brown sugar sticky wings, mutton and ham, always served to you fresh and so good, it'll make you say,
"Holy smokes!"
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, 7508 Preston Highway.
Holy smokes!
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A proud community supporter, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com, celebrating 20 years of serving our community of athletes. Priority Radiology. You have a choice.
Blind Direct, not just blind. Blind Direct, not just blind.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Back here, Atherton High School, Justin Kalen, Coach Mark Evans alongside you as we continue to get you set for Sacred Heart and Ballard, 23-7. Valkyries, the 14-12 Bruins, and we've got to bring you your inside look. Tonight's inside look brought to you by Blinds Direct. Proudly serving Louisville for over 30 years. Visit blindsdirect.com or call 502-266-0079 for the best in home decor. Coach, let's first start for the Valkyries of Sacred Heart. Inside look on them.
You got it, Justin. For the Sacred Heart Valkyries, key players have to stay out of foul trouble. That's about the only way I think that they could really be in trouble tonight if key players got in foul trouble. And we have different officials from a different region. The other one is a hot start. You know, I think from the very get-go, if they come out, typically Donna's teams throughout this year have started a little slow. Last game, she was thrilled. They started really quick and played well. You know, the Bruins are unsure. They've never been here.
Yeah.
And so that quick start could kind of burn the belief.
Well, they certainly have the talent to do just that. How about for Ballard? What's the inside look on them?
You know, it's kind of the flip side. They have to be able to navigate this setting. This is a big stage for them. They've never played on this stage in this particular group, and it does make a difference.
Yeah.
I mean, being there and doing that, experience pays a lot of dividends most of the time. And then they have to take care of the basketball. They can't, you know, Don and them will come after them, put a lot of pressure on them with a man-to-man. They just can't turn the ball over tonight to be successful.
That would certainly take them a long way. We'll see how it all plays out as we have got just under 9 minutes left on our pregame clock. But we're due up against another break now. Before we take that, let me remind you this broadcast is copyrighted by the Kentucky High School Athletic Association for the private use of our audience. The use of pictures, video, and audio without the express written permission of the KHSAA is prohibited. We'll come back on the other side, and I got a chance to catch up with Ballard head coach Corey Gainey. We'll hear that conversation next here on Glycod.
Direct, not just blind. Blind Direct, not just blind.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something at school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
When you want the right agents for your real estate needs, choose the Van Treese team with True Blood Real Estate. Former University of Louisville basketball star Stephen Van Treese and his wife Laura Protenick Van Treese combine local knowledge, dedication, and results to help you buy or sell with confidence. Contact the Van Treese team at 502-468-1463. Because no other real estate team quite measures up when you experience the True Blood advantage.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. And the Van Treese team with True Blood Real Estate. Experience the True Blood advantage.
Back here, Atherton High School, as we continue to get you set for Louisville basketball game night. 7th Region semifinal on tap for you this evening. Justin Kalen now joined by Coach Corey Gainey of the Ballard Bruins. Coach, your first season, it's been a good one thus far. Back in the 7th Region semifinals, 14-12 on the season. No doubt about it, though, you're going up against a tough team in Sacred Heart here tonight.
Absolutely. They're definitely one of the top 5 teams in the state. We got our hands full. One of our best players, Cecilia Reinhardt's going to be out tonight with the flu. So, yeah, we definitely got our hands full in this one.
'Tis the season for players to be out with illness. You never like to see it, but that's the type of thing that happens. That's unfortunate because in Monday night's game, your all's big-time win over Collegiate, 78-48. She was a beast defensively, but overall, I thought your team played very well. You got great minutes from Kendall. Ari Rogers in that second half also played very well. So it seems like you're going to have to lean on them even more here tonight.
Absolutely. You know, this is their senior year. They've done a great job this season carrying us and leading us to the 14 victories that we've had. Like I said, the biggest thing for us today is limit them in transition. That's Sacred Heart. That's them right there. You got to limit them transition as best as you can.
Yeah, well, it was a tough test the first time around. You all played them a little over a month ago, 79-27 the score in that one. So not the most pretty result. But was there anything you maybe learned from that matchup that you can take into this one to give you more success?
Believe it or not, we played them last year. I don't think we played them this year.
Oh, okay. It was last year. Yes, you're right. I thought it was 2025 still, Coach.
That's okay, man. That's all right. Yeah, like I said, man, they're one of the top teams in the state, and you know, with Bree and Tootie, they're a tough team to defend. Yeah. So we got our hands full tonight, but I'm looking forward to the matchup.
Well, you mentioned Bree and Tootie. They are a tough cover. I've seen them both play this year. What do you have to do to try to limit their success? Do you maybe throw a double team at them, try to let somebody else score? What's the game plan there?
Biggest thing is kind of mixing up our defenses. We're not going to be able to play man the whole game against them. Like I said, just throwing a couple different looks at them, get different coverages. That's going to be our biggest thing.
All right, Coach. Well, best of luck. Other than Cecilia, everything else health-wise good?
As of right now, okay. Yes. Everybody's not here yet, so we'll find out then. But yeah, as of right now, yes.
It can change quickly. All right, Coach. Thanks for taking the time for us, and we'll be back on the other side with your starting lineups as we get you set for Louisville basketball game night this evening on Glycod.
Red Ball Recycling is Southern Indiana's #1 recycling choice for a reason. We offer top dollar for all scrap metal. We can buy steel, copper, aluminum, brass, junk cars, and more. Call or stop by Red Ball Recycling and turn your scrap metal into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
This is the mower that cut the lawn, that became the place their kids grew up. The legendary Exmark Laser Z is the zero-turn mower more landscape pros trust. For cut quality, comfort, and reliability. Exmark, official mowers of the backyard life. Visit your local dealer or explore the Exmark Laser Z online for special finance offers, available now.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A proud community supporter, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com, celebrating 20 years of serving our community of athletes. Priority Radiology. You have a choice.
You cannot depend on Oliver's parallel parking.
Hey, you got it, man!
But you can always depend on his car starting because he has an Interstate battery. Interstate batteries, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Back here, Atherton High School, as we have wrapped up our national anthem. Now we need to get you your starting lineups. Tonight's starting lineups brought to you by Interstate Batteries. Get started with Interstate Batteries. They're outrageously dependable. Justin Kalin, Mark Evans back here alongside you. We'll start with Sacred Heart. They're going to trot out number 0, Tootie Jordan. She is a 5'4 junior, averaging 16 points per ball game. She's going to be followed out by Tari Ralston, a 5'7 sophomore, averaging 8 points, 4 rebounds of contest. Bree Wilkins, she's the name we'll say a lot tonight. Number 21, a 5'10 senior, 17 points, 6 rebounds, a ball game. The Marshall commit, all 7th region player of the year. She actually tied with Ashlyn James. We'll talk about that more later. Number 33, Riley Gilvin, a 5'8 sophomore, averaging 10.5 points, 5 rebounds a ball game. And Emma Zutterman, the 5'10 senior inside. She wears number 41, averaging 7.7 rebounds a contest. Mark, what do you make of that starting lineup?
It's a good one. They've really complimented the, Tootie runs the show. There's no doubt about it. Yeah. She's really become an excellent offensively and defensively as a point guard, and then along with Bree. But I think Donna's been thrilled to death with Gilvin and Ralston. They're both, their sisters both were here and played and were good players. And then Zutterman, an All-American soccer player that's turned into a pretty daggone good center. Long, lanky, quick, athletic. And sees the court really well.
Yeah, a lot of players to watch on this Sacred Heart team. Now for the 14-12 Ballard Bruins, they're going to bring out number 1, Carissa Lyons, a 5'4" sophomore. She averages 8 points, 2 rebounds a ball game. Number 4, Ari Rogers. She's a 5'7" senior. She's the leading scorer for this team, putting up 15 points per ball game, and all 7th region selection, over 1,000 points for her career. Jamisha Murphy gets the starting nod tonight with the absence of Cecilia Reinhardt. She is a 5'8" senior wearing number 2. You've got Joy Smith, number 15, 5'10" senior. She averages 1.2 rebounds a ball game. And Kendall Taylor, number 21, the final starter for Ballard. She is a 5'8" senior, averaging just over 14 points, 8 rebounds a contest, and she too was an all 7th region selection with over 1,000 points for her career. Coach, what do you make of that starting lineup?
Well, they're balanced. Corey does a great job. He scores a lot off of his defense, but they really almost have four kids in double figures, and that's always a good thing to have on a team, because you can't concentrate on 1 or 2, because the other 2 or 3 will hurt you. So anyway, we'll see here soon.
All right, we are just about set to go. Ballard in their white uniform. Sacred Heart will be donning their road red uniforms tonight as that ball up in the air, and it will be Sacred Heart basketball. Do you see that start defensively, Coach?
No doubt about it. They don't want Sacred Heart to get to the basket quick. They weren't even going to do it. They just gave up the tap, and we're already ready to play a 2-3 zone defense.
All right, so here we are with Sacred Heart in possession. That's Tootie Jordan, and with it now, she slides it over to Wilkins.
I think it's an excellent move by Coach Gainey to come out in a 2-3 zone, to be honest. Sacred Heart shoots the ball okay from the outside, but not tremendously.
Just 29% from deep this season, and as we say that, Tootie Jordan makes them pay.
Tootie's so much improved, though. Her outside shot, if she could catch in rhythm, she could knock it down.
That was Lyons inside, trying to get the 2-pointer on her end. As Tootie comes out of there with it. Now Ralston into the corner with Gilvin, whose older sister down the road in Lexington playing for UK.
So she got about 7-8 minutes this afternoon on a big win.
That was a big win, yeah. Her brother also at Trinity. That's worth noting.
Yeah, he's a good player, too. I've seen him play. Whole family's super athletic, no doubt.
Trinity, a big matchup upcoming with St. X in the 7th region semifinals. Nearly losing that one before corralling it was Rogers, and now Lyons does lose it. Saved in play by Sacred Heart. Ralston up for Tootie, thought about another 3. Good job getting her defender in the air. Now off for Wilkins, and she misses. That's one she'll normally knock down, Coach.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a runner in the lane, but right now everything's good for the Valkyries. They like the pace. They're really trying to push the pace. It might look like they're forcing a few shots, but they just like the pace. They want to go quick.
Well, they went quick that time, but Gilvin had it poked loose by Jamisha Murphy from behind. Good heads-up play as we get the jump ball. Back to Ballard it goes.
Well, Corey's a bright coach. He'll mix his defenses, and he'll do what he needs to do. And the key is, can they put the ball in the basket when they're able to turn over a Sacred Heart? That's going to be a big key tonight. They have to be able to score on the easy ones. They got to be able to make layups and simple shots.
Well, we mentioned our player to watch tonight for Ballard is going to be Ari Rogers, who played well in the second half the other night, as we're going to get a quick 30-second timeout taken by Ballard with just over 5 minutes remaining here in this first quarter. Actually, just under 6 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Awkward angle for me. We'll step aside for a break as well. Stay with us right here on Glycod.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Back here, Atherton High School, as we've got a 3-0 ball game in favor of Sacred Heart. Justin Kalin, Coach Mark Evans alongside you. We've got Nick Landrum operating as the on-site producer tonight. Joe Lincoln is operating the camera as Taylor inside. And, Coach, that's what I was going to say before that timeout was called. We highlighted Ari Rogers, but Kendall Taylor, somebody will have to keep our eye on for Ballard tonight as well.
Well, they set a high screen, and she came off of it. And neither defender, there was no hedge, there was no nothing. She had a wide open layup. So A good play and good result for the Ballard Bruins.
Looking for an answer on their end is Sacred Heart. Tootie into the corner for Zutterman. She'll go all the way across for Ralston, and her three too strong. And great job on the box out there. That was Jamisha Murphy, the sophomore.
Yeah, this zone, like we talked about, if one thing that Sacred Heart doesn't have, they don't have a lot of really strong outside shooters. And so this 2-3 zone, if they can keep them from getting second shots against it, the Bruins, it's a great game plan. And so far, the Valkyries are looking for the outside shot, and so it's working well for the Bruins.
Lions, another miss down low. Stats-wise, Kalia Jones, the best three-point shooter for this Sacred Heart team at 37%. She'll come off the bench as Wilkins driving in, and she picks up the foul. That was a good, strong drive that time.
Yeah, that's a part of her game that's really improved this year. She takes the ball hard on the baseline. She can use either hand and get it to the rim, and then she can knock down her free throws.
As I mentioned, 3,000 points for her career. That is incredible. As the first free throw comes off the side of the iron.
Yeah, that won't happen too many times. She's an 83% free throw shooter.
See if she can knock down the second one here to get that Sacred Heart lead up to 2. And she does. So kind of like we were talking about in our pregame, Mark, is Sacred Heart wants to get off to a fast start. Not the fastest of starts here in this one so far, as we're going to get a foul in the backcourt.
Well, Sacred Heart did a nice job on that free throw make and jumping in this press. And it's just a man-to-man press, but they were looking to trap the corner quickly. They got bailed out by a foul.
Here comes Taylor streaking down the floor. On top now with Lions.
Sacred Heart in their man-to-man. That's what they typically play. They'll switch it.
Ari Rogers with a good look. Left it short. Now quickly up for Gilvin. She'll leave it off for Zutterman. Great job running the floor and can't get it to fall. Now Lions. She wanted to get it into the corner as it's tipped away, and they're going to rule that she touched it last. So there's a track meet here in the early going of this one.
Yeah, a lot of action going on. Not a lot of scoring going on, though. A lot of missed shots right now. Both teams will settle in. And once again, the Bruins are getting back pretty quick in their defense, and I know that's a focus. Sacred Heart's excellent in the transition game.
Jordan on the three again, misses another one. And now another jump ball. This time I believe it'll stay with the Valkyries, and it will. Mark, if you're Coach Gainey, are you okay with the pace so far in this one, or are you still wanting to slow it down a little bit?
Oh, I think Corey's perfectly fine with the pace. Like we talked about before, they just have to find a way to finish some shots.
Here's Wilkins going to fire the deep ball and hits. That's now 4 for Bree Wilkins.
Yeah, something that Coach Gainey might want to think about is shading her and trying to take that opportunity. I mean, I didn't even think about some triangle and 2 on Tootie and on Bree Wilkins. I think that would be a good defense against these Valkyries.
There's a good look there for Jamisha Murphy. Look, she comes up empty, and then a foul in the backcourt called against Ballard. That's going to be their second here in this first quarter with under 4 to play. By the way, our referees this evening, Jason Beckham, Rick Piscatelli, and Zach Tussle.This has been a series dominated by Sacred Heart over the years, Coach. 36-1 is the advantage they hold over Ballard.
It's been many, many, many years when I first got into coaching that Ballard had a really, really strong girls team. Now, boys, of course, we know how that's been.
Yeah. 2014 was the only Ballard win in this series. Sacred Heart has won the last 8, including 13-0 all-time in the playoffs. As Tari Ralston going to check out of the ball game. She'll be replaced by Becca Carson, a 5'7" junior.
Sacred Heart on a 1-2-1-1 press. Worked perfectly for him. They just didn't score.
Kendall Taylor did not allow Tootie to go up for that one, and now a quick break up the floor. Rogers there for the finish.
As you notice, though, Justin, they're sprinting back right now. Well, as the game goes on, we'll see if the Bruins will continue to sprint back, take away fast break points, and force the Valkyries to go against this 2-3 zone.
Well, Coach Gainey was very open with me, not only tonight but on Monday as well, about depth. Kind of a serious issue for this Ballard team. As Wilkins trying to bully her way down low, gets her own rebound, and she'll head back to the stripe for a couple more.
Yeah, you just can't allow her to get second shots. You know, first shot was tight, a little bit of a block out. You know, if you could get her to go over your back a couple times, get in a little bit of foul trouble, this game could change greatly.
And it's just the first on Jocelyn Rosario, who started on Monday, didn't get the start tonight, but she was brought quickly up off the bench as the first free throw comes off for Bree Wilkins. So now just 1 for 3 in this ball game thus far. Takes a deep breath, and that second one will fall through. 5 points tonight, and once again, they're going to continue the defensive pressure in the backcourt, and once again, it's going to be a turnover as Tootie gets it up for Bree Wilkins, who misses it. You will not see that very often, Coach.
No, you won't. Just an odd angle. She straight lined under the basket and went up with that left hand, which is good to see on the left side. Just an odd angle and a miss.
Well, now Bree Wilkins going to come off the floor as she's replaced by Kalia Jones.
Yeah, Coach Moore usually uses her substitutions pretty well. She gives them all breaks.
As Kendall Taylor getting it across the timeline, gets it back. Her step back comes up empty as Tootie Jordan with a head full of steam. And I tell you what, I saw this Sacred Heart team a couple different times this season. The speed of Tootie Jordan is incredible each and every time I see her. But she turns it over there.
Yeah, very, very, very quick. A little bit out of control that time through the traffic.
Carissa Lyons floats that one up and in. I'll make it an 8-6 ball game now.
Yeah, this zone is doing wonders. It's really, really affecting the Valkyries. Except the Valkyries press is starting to get to the Bruins.
Well, now they're going to turn it over again. Another good defensive effort by Ballard as Kendall Taylor spinning towards the bucket, misses. Here comes the quick outlet. Tootie off to Gilvin. She'll lay it up and in.
Yeah, Coach Gaines going to have to watch this real close. These last 1:15. It could turn on a dime.
Yeah. As Rosario called for too many steps that time, so she'll give it back to Sacred Heart. By the way, Deanna Flemister, a sophomore for Ballard on the floor, number 25 in white. As Carson brings it across, gives it to Jordan.
Keep an eye on Carson. She's a nice set three-point shooter. Might have her in here for the work against the zone some. She gets an open look, she'll definitely take it.
Sutterman able to track down that pass, floats up a wild one and misses. Now quick outlet up for Murphy. She's double teamed in the corner and tries to get it out. That's a lucky pass there.
Very fortunate. Don't want to be pulling dribbles in the corner. Not against the run and jump that Sacred Heart can run.
Taylor out for Rosario. Good screen by Flemister. Now the pass was intended for and then taken away. And we are going to get another jump ball, the third here in this first quarter, as we're down to 23 seconds left. A 10-6 lead for Sacred Heart. As Bree Wilkins, not very long on the bench, already coming back out.
Yeah, it's the last second play is what you're looking at, Justin. They'll probably have something running for it.
Under 20 seconds to play in the quarter. Wilkins, there's Carson. As you mentioned, Coach, great set three-point shooter, and she hits that one. So one final attempt for Ballard as Taylor will fire. Long. Battle for the rebound. It's not going to matter as the whistle blows, and that'll bring us to the end of our first quarter of play. Sacred Heart 13, Ballard 6 up on our scoreboard. We'll sneak in our quarter break here, come back on the other side. We'll bring you the second quarter of action for your Louisville basketball game night on Glycod.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Back here, Atherton High School, as we are set for the second quarter of play. Justin Kalen, Coach Mark Evans alongside you, and the second quarter is going to start with a Ballard turnover, a 5-second violation.
Yeah, that's a tough one to start with. They're hanging in there and doing pretty well. The difference in the game so far is 3 threes by the Valkyries.
Yeah,
that's really the difference. But I still believe playing this zone is a smart thing to do by the Bruins for right now.
Jordan will fire another three, and she hits another one. By the way, meant to mention in our pregame tonight, congratulations to Donna Moyer, 7th Region Coach of the Year. 4th time she's been nominated for that honor, so great stuff for her in her 36th season. Probably could have wanted a few more, but let's spread the love around, right?
Yeah, I'm sure her walls and her trophy cases are full, no doubt about it.
Jordan will fire another one. This one left short, but tracks down her own offensive rebound inside for Wilkins, who lays it up and in.
We're getting to a little bit to the danger zone, Justin.
That was a quick 5-0 spurt by the Valkyries to begin this second quarter.
Well, I think that nervous energy that really kept Ballard in it early might be waning just a little bit. Great backdoor cut, though.
We need Kendall Taylor to start scoring. That was a good look for her there, but couldn't knock it down as now Tootie inside. That was Kalia Jones. Bree Wilkins on the stick back attempt. And now another jump ball. It's already 4 of them. We've seen our fair share of jump balls thus far. Reminder, Manual and Assumption coming up next in our second game of this doubleheader as we're going to get a timeout taken here. This will be a full timeout. We'll take one with them as Sacred Heart leading 18-6 over Ballard. Your Louisville basketball game night 7th Region semifinal action continues next on Glycod.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Back here, Atherton High School, as we have got about 6 minutes, 30 seconds remaining here in this first half of play. Sacred Heart leading 18-6 over Ballard. It was a 13-6 advantage after the first quarter, but a quick 5-0 spurt to begin this quarter has given them a 12-point advantage. Justin Kalen, Coach Mark Evans back alongside you, as it will be Ballard basketball coming out of the timeout. Well, it was Ballard basketball as Bree Wilkins takes it away and nearly gets that shot to fall, but she'll head back to the free throw line where she's 2 of 4 tonight.
Yeah, quick hands by Bree. Nice steal there at half court and right to the rim.
Wilkins has already spent a good chunk of time at the line tonight. As this one misses. She's been to the line 3 times, Coach, and missed the first one every time.
Yes, she has.
I'm a betting man. This one goes in.
I would say, and very uncharacteristic of her.
She'll take that deep breath and gets it to fall.
You called it, Justin.
I was worried about the broadcaster's jinx there. Glad I got away with it. As Kendall Taylor going to get double teamed.
Yeah, they have a free defender basically, and all they're doing is running and jumping from behind. They're really trying to force the pace and create the turnovers.
Explain that free defender term a little bit more.
Well, she's just looking for the opportunity on a turn back. She just plays off her player, and we're talking about Bree Wilkins.
Yeah.
She's not concerned about her player. Probably scouting report says she's not going to hurt you, so she's kind of free to roam around and slide in and get the double team and get the steal.
I imagine as Tootie Jordan knocks that one in, I imagine that requires a lot of trust between your teammates.
Well, yes, it does, but you know, we did it for years and years. We would call it, and we would just completely drop off one defender and then run and jump.
Gotcha.
And the surprise alone creates a lot of turnovers for you.
Making chaos of sorts.
You what?
Making chaos of sorts.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's no different from a defense where you're playing a triangle too and letting people wide open or letting people alone. I mean, it's just all you're looking to do is create the turnover when they turn the back and then go the other way.
Ari Rogers completing the three-point play there as she's got 5 now. Sacred Heart leading by 12, 21-9. Jordan trying to get it down low to Zutterman, who now comes up with it. Back to Jordan. Cross-court Wilkins, and gets another one.
Yeah, Bree's feeling it tonight, so is Tootie.
That's already 11 now for Bree Wilkins. Saw her a couple weeks ago against George Rogers Clark. She started that game pretty slow, but came alive in the second half. So good to see her start fast here in this one tonight as Gilvin passes up the empty 3. Ralston down low with Bree Wilkins, and she misses another one close.
Yeah, not a real good angle that time. She really got too deep with the ball. But that's something Bree can do now. She can post you up. She does a good job. Right now they're running just a little high-low action against the 2-3 zone.
Wilkins out on top for Ralston. Now Jordan in control, looks over to that Sacred Heart bench. Her and Bree with a little 2-man game there. Now Tootie picks up her dribble. She gets it off for Gilvin, and Coach Gainey wanted something out of his team there as they tried to lob in for Jordan. She couldn't come away with it. Now she'll try to get it again as Ari Rogers comes away with a steal, and that'll be the easiest finish she gets tonight. 7 points for Ari Rogers. Good quick start for her here in this one. Tootie setting up the offense at that Atherton logo. Now with Gilvin.
Working Bree out of the middle, Bree Wilkins.
Gilvin with a great look from 3. Lands right in the hands of Bree Wilkins, who fires another one, and she can't hit, but Zutterman there on the cleanup. Off for Ralston, and she's going to be fouled.
Yeah, the Bruins got caught watching the ball that time and missed the blockout opportunity and cost them a foul. You just can't afford to give up second and third shots to these Valkyries.
Well, that's a number of times we've seen it already from Sacred Heart tonight.
Well, they're scrappy. They do a nice job of finding gaps and getting to the boards for offensive rebounds. They've always done that pretty well. The guards tend to rebound well, too.
Joy Smith heading to the sideline, as does Jocelyn Rosario. Flemister and Murphy back out there for Coach Gainey and the Bruins. As Ralston, one more try here at the line. And that one will fall through. First points of the night for her.
No, your Valkyries are falling out of that full court man pressure. They're just going to drop back and play the straight up man.
Another ball poked loose defensively. All kinds of bodies on the ground. That should be another jump ball. And it is, and it'll belong back with Sacred Heart. Jason Frakes in the house from the Courier-Journal. That's how you know it's a big night here at Assumption. The Valkyries leading 25-11 here in this first game of the evening. Gilvin off to Jordan. She's being guarded by Ari Rogers. Now Gilvin inside, floats it up and in.
Yeah, nice job coming from the weak side. Defense was pulled up. They didn't even see her. Just came from the short corner underneath and got an easy layup.
That's 4 for Gilvin as Kendall Taylor gets the answer on the other end. Good aggressive drive to the hoop there. Now Jordan, another 3, this time empty. Taylor with a full head of steam. Wants to get it into the corner for Murphy and does. Now off with Lyons, who drives in, and she's going to draw the foul. Look at this platoon substitution at the scores table for Sacred Heart. Looks like it's Kalia Jones, Haley Taylor. To get you those other names, Becca Carson, another one, yep. As here they all come. Number 5, Ashley Smith, a 5'5 junior. And number 2, Carden Sickles, a 5'10 freshman, all check in for Sacred Heart. Kendall Taylor also going to the sideline for Ballard.
Yeah, you don't often see five subs in a row like that. 2 minutes to go in the first half and up 14, but Donna trusts her players and she keeps them involved, and if they know they might come in the ball game in the first half, then they're more ready on the bench for you.
And it's going to result in a turnover on the first possession following that substitution. As Rosario back out there now for Ballard. In the hands of Lyons. She'll get it over for Rogers. Rogers back with Lyons now. Rosario drops this one off for Murphy. Good patience here for Ballard, looking for the best possible shot.
Did a pretty nice job of running through their offense. Got a deep 3 out of it.
That is a great look, though. If Ari Rogers is the one taking it, but she couldn't knock it down. Rosario tried to keep that in play, but she threw it right to a Valkyrie player. Up top, and this one's going to be thrown away. A little too tall. As Kalia Jones, a little too much height on that pass.
Yeah, I'm sure this young bunch that's in there right now is a little bit on the nervous side, looks like to me. They're 2 opportunities and 2 turnovers for the Valkyries.
Rogers coming to the sideline for Ballard.
But the struggle for the Bruins is, they have all their top kids right out there playing right this minute, and so they're not getting a break. And we already talked about they're a little bit thin on their depth, so they're having to play it all the way out while the Valkyries are 7 deep.
Another turnover there. By the way, visit glycod.com for information about our live postseason basketball coverage and check out our Tournament Central page for updates on all the action. Glycod is changing the way you watch high school athletics. 27-13, under a minute to play here in this first half. A briskly played first half, I might add. As that shot by Jones missing, Kendall Taylor comes up with a board, and then she's going to be fouled, but that's only the 3rd against Sacred Heart here in this quarter. Other than the turnovers, Coach, been a pretty cleanly played ball game in terms of the fouling, at least.
Yeah, very much so. Like you said, the turnovers, Sacred Heart with the pressure was able to get the pace going the way they wanted to after about the first 4 minutes of the first quarter, and then from there on they dominated, pretty much dictated the tempo anyway.
Yeah, Ballard's got an answer prior to the halftime break as Rosario down low was looking for Artie Rogers. A little too much height on that pass. So now it'll be Sacred Heart with an opportunity to extend their lead. Micah Carson directing traffic as she comes across with it. Tootie Jordan back out there, gets it back with Carson. Slide it over to the left. Now dropping it down low. Carson out top with it. Jordan's three. Left that one short, and it's going to carry him out of bounds, and Ballard will have exactly 6 seconds left to make something happen here to end this first half.
We'll look for him to take it right to the rim.
Kendall Taylor going to be the one to do it as she drives it down the floor all the way to the hoop, up and in, and that's exactly what you needed if you're the Bruins, as they will take a 12-point deficit to the halftime break. 27-15, Sacred Heart on top here in this 7th Region semifinal game. We'll head away for a break now. We'll come back and we'll break it all down for you in your halftime show. Stay right there. We continue your Louisville basketball game night next on Glycod.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer. Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and Louisville.
When you bundle home and auto, life can be easier. You choose coverage that makes sense for you, at a price that's right for you, and a local State Farm agent who's there for you.
Call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Oldham County today.
Welcome to Holy Smokes Barbecue.
At Holy Smokes Barbecue, our pitmasters smoke up mouth-watering ribs, chicken, brisket, mutton, and more. From sandwiches to full dinners, with a complete list of sides and desserts. Holy Smokes Barbecue. Just tell them that the man in the big white hat sent you.
Order up.
How's the pork chop taste?
It's pretty good. It's the best one I've ever had.
Holy Smokes Barbecue. Tell them the man in the big white hat sent you.
When you want the right agents for your real estate needs, choose the Van Treese team with True Blood Real Estate. Former University of Louisville basketball star Steven Van Treese and his wife Laura Protenick Van Treese combine local knowledge, dedication, and results to help you buy or sell with confidence. Contact the Van Treese team at 502-468-1463. Because no other real estate team quite measures up when you experience the True Blood advantage.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Tinsley Family Concessions, a tradition of corporate excellence and community service. For more, visit tfcfamily.com.
Back here, Atherton High School. That is the site of tonight's 7th Region semifinal on the girls' side of things, as Sacred Heart with a 27-15 advantage here at halftime. Justin Kalen, Mark Evans back alongside you. And, Coach, pretty close, all things considered, first half of play. When I heard the news that Cecilia Reinhardt was out for Ballard, they lost a big-time defender, but they're still within striking distance of one of the state's best teams.
I think they've done a couple things that's really helped them. First of all, they've done a good job of spreading back and getting in that 2-3 zone, and then really inviting Sacred Heart to take the outside shot. Unfortunately, though, for the Bruins, that's the strength right now for Sacred Heart is their two top shooters from the three-point line have gotten wide open looks, and therefore they're 5 of 11 at 45%, and that's been the difference. But that's 2-3 zone. I still think, though, for Coach Gainey, I think that's his best bet and stay away from man-to-man. Maybe some triangle and two. I think he needs to play a little bit of jump and then try to get rebounds. He's giving up too many second shots.
Well, we'll see if he ends up switching it up in the second half or not. It was a 13-6 advantage for Sacred Heart here after one, and then now 27-15. Any big grandiose expectations for the second half?
No, I think the key is going to be fatigue. I really think that Coach Moyer was able to get pretty much her entire bench in for the last 2.5 minutes of that half, while Coach Gainey's got his same 5 or 6 out there running the court. I just think, when you don't have the depth, you're already down. He's going to have to do something, to make things happen. It's going to be a difficult hill to climb.
Yeah. We'll see how it all plays out in the second half. We've got to bring you final statistics, or halftime statistics. I'm trying to get ahead of myself here. Halftime statistics coming up here on the other side of this break. But before we get to that break, let me remind you that tonight's scoreboard is presented by the Van Treese team with True Blood Real Estate. No other real estate team measures up. As we will take that break now, we'll come back. We'll get you those halftime stats. Stay there. Your Glycod coverage of the 7th Region semifinals here tonight continues after this on Glycod.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a side of ranch.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
This is the mower that cut the lawn, that became the place their kids grew up. The legendary Exmark Laser Z is the zero-turn mower more landscape pros trust. For cut quality, comfort, and reliability. Exmark, official mowers of the backyard life. Visit your local dealer or explore the Exmark Laser Z online for special finance offers, available now.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German-American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German-American Bank, building our community together.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Seventh Region semifinal action for you tonight for your Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod. Justin Kalen, Coach Mark Evans back alongside you as we are just about set to resume things here for the second half of play. But first, we've got to bring you your halftime stats. Tonight's halftime stats are brought to you by German American Bank, building communities since 1910. We'll first start with the individual scoring. Leader of the game has been Bree Wilkins so far. She's got 11 for Sacred Heart, 8 points for Tootie Jordan, 4 for Riley Gilvin, 3 for Becca Carson, and 1 for Tari Ralston. And for Ballard, only 3 players have found the scoring column. Ari Rogers with 7, Kendall Taylor with 6, and Carissa Lyons with 2. Coach, how about for the team statistics? Anything stick out to you on that sheet?
Yeah, Justin, I would say probably total rebounds. Sacred Heart's out-rebounding the Bruins 21-14. That's a big stat. Turnover-wise, it's closer than I thought. 12 turnovers for the Bruins, 8 turnovers for the Valkyries. The big stat, though, is the shooting percentages. And, the Bruins are shooting 30% from the field, 0 of 5 from the three-point line, 1 of 3 from the free throw line, whereas the Valkyries are up by the 3. They were 9 of 37, 33% from the field, 5 of 11 from the three-point line against that 2-3 zone, and 4 of 8 from the free throw line. So I would say the big stat is knocking down threes against the 2-3 zone.
How are we looking offensive rebound-wise? Can you hit me with that real quick?
Yeah, it's advantage. We talked about this before. The advantage goes to Sacred Heart with 7 offensive rebounds, only 3 for the Bruins.
Gotcha. All right, we are underway here in this second half. 12-point advantage for Sacred Heart. See if they can add on to that or if Ballard can potentially cut into that, but not off to a great start as they're going to turn the ball over on their first drive, or their first possession,
First opportunity. As well, they did the second quarter.
I don't know why I had football on my mind there. We haven't had football in months. As Tootie Jordan with the 3, misses. As Zutterman collects the 8th Sacred Heart offensive rebound. Now in possession with Wilkins.
Yeah, it's nice to play that 2-3, but the problem is they're not boxing out of it. It's a zone. Therefore, they're giving up a lot of second and third shots, which is really going to hurt them.
There's Zutterman with another offensive rebound. Now Gilvin gets it back to Zutterman. Wilkins has to track that one down. And that's normally a shot she finishes. We've seen a few of those tonight out of Bree Wilkins. Still leads all scores with 11 points, and now Zutterman with the takeaway. As she'll pass it down low to Ralston, who gives it right back. That is a great extra pass that leads to the bucket. First points of the night for Emma Zutterman.
Yeah, the Bruins have to really take care of the ball. They can't afford to give away those turnovers into layups.
Now here is Rosario. She's joined out there by Lyons, Kendall Taylor, Ari Rogers, and Joy Smith. And Lyons with a good drive and finish.
Yeah, get a little baseline drive, little runner. Tough shot, actually, to make.
Yeah, very tough. Ralston into the hands with Tootie Jordan now.
Yeah, we're no different defensively, sticking with the 2-3 zone by the Bruins. Sacred Heart's running a 3-out, 2-in set, flashing middles.
Jordan now with Wilkins, who runs right into her defender. And did they call the charge there?
They
I believe they did.
They did. Sacred Heart does a nice job of sliding in on that weak side and getting that shot, but that time she couldn't stop it quick enough.
Yeah. Good job by the Bruin defender setting up in time.
Back to the full court pressure. Looking to 1-2-1-1 trap into a man-to-man defense. Here they come.
They broke that one with ease as Rosario gets it off Taylor. Now Rogers 3. Offensive rebound for Ballard. Here's Lyons. Under 6 to play here in this third quarter. Again, Manuel Assumption waiting on deck. That'll be our second semifinal tonight as we're going to get a foul call down low on Ralston as Carissa Lyons drove to the bucket.
Yeah, excellent take. She found the gap, beat her player, and no help to come over to help.
Tell you what, if there's one thing I learned about Carissa Lyons in that quarterfinal on Monday, she is uber aggressive.
Yeah, she takes to the rim every opportunity she gets. She's a tough guard.
Yeah. Only a sophomore. Figures she's got a couple good years left in her junior and senior seasons, as she misses that first free throw. Wipes her hands off on her jersey and gets set to fire the second one. And gets that one. It's now 5 for the sophomore Carissa Lyons. Up top, Gilvin. Now Zutterman.
You just need to watch Bree Wilkins trying to step in on that short corner. Turned it over, almost.
Almost turned it over, able to get it out for Tootie, who floats it up and in. It's now double figures for Tootie Jordan.
2-2-1 press. No, actually, they're man-to-man. There's a spot. Well, no, it's a 2-2-1 press.
Nearly forcing the violation, but Rosario just does get it across. Now tried to thread it in for Lyons and loses it off of her knee.
Just a little different show by Sacred Heart defensively. I'm not so sure that time. I'm not sure about 2 or 3 players were in the 2-2-1 and maybe 2 players were in the man-to-man. It was a...
Think that's by design or confusion?
I think it's confusion. It confused me.
As Jordan now with it. Up top for Gilvin. Her elbow jumper a little too strong. Rosario passing this one up for Rogers, and that's blocked away by Bree Wilkins. She was waiting there for that one. Couple different news stations here at Atherton getting some B-roll for their late night news coverage. Rogers into the hands of Kendall Taylor. See if she can get going. She started out fast tonight, but hasn't done much since. And as I say it, she gets that one up and in.
Tough shot. Right, left pull up. That's a tough little shot she made. Real smooth.
And that'll get us to a full timeout here with 4:22 remaining in this third quarter. Sacred Heart 31 and Ballard 20. We'll step aside for a break as well. Keep it locked right here on Glycod for your Louisville basketball game night.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Visit Glycod.com for information about our live postseason basketball coverage and check out our Tournament Central page for updates on all the action. Glycod is changing the way you watch high school athletics. Justin Kalen, Mark Evans back here alongside you. Nick Landrum, our on-site producer this evening. Joe Lincoln on camera for us tonight. Doing a great job as always, and we have got a 31-20 advantage for Sacred Heart. Coach, I've got to say, 11-point advantage here. I think we expected it to be a little bit wider at this point. What's kept Ballard close?
Pace has been slow. 2-3 zone. 2-3 zone has done it. It's made Sacred Heart work for possessions. It's run clock. So it's kept them close. But as you were mentioning, Justin, as you were talking, I was thinking, here real soon, Coach Gay's going to have to make a decision.
Yeah.
He's going to have to pick it up. He's going to have to press. He's going to have to do something. And that's a bad feeling to be in, because I think anything other than this 2-3 zone is going to be a disadvantage to him. But, you got to give it a shot. So I'm just kind of waiting for him to change up.
Well, I'll try to avoid making you think for the rest of the night. We don't want that to happen.
No, we don't want that too much anyway.
33-20 as Ralston will make it 35-20. Back-to-back buckets by her and Emma Zutterman. First field goal of the night by Ralston. And now a pass over the head of Carissa Lyons.
See a lot of frustration out there right now by the Bruins. It is tough to play that zone and be behind and just keep looking at the clock and you're not catching up. So coach is going to have to make the call here soon.
Jordan brings it up the floor. Now with Gilvin, who gets it to Ralston, and a takeaway by Kendall Taylor, using her length that time, and she'll lay it up and in.
Great play.
She's now in double figures with 10 tonight. Under 3 to play in this third. Jordan directing traffic up top. Now another takeaway by Kendall Taylor. Second one, she's read perfectly. And, oh, how does that come out? Wow.
Good strong move. Good strong move through the foul. You know, we have a couple takeaways. We can get this thing under 5, 6, 7 points. Anything can happen.
Absolutely.
You know, but the old key, though, Sacred Heart's really not been able to force the tempo like they would like to. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to that 1-2-1-1 press. Matter of fact, right now they may be looking at it before long on their other end.
Kendall Taylor just 57% from the line this season, but that one looked good. See if she can knock down another. And she cannot. Still 11 points now for Kendall Taylor, who's in double figures. Over to the left with Jordan. In the hands of Wilkins. She'll go up top for Gilvin, who gives it right back to Wilkins. Cross court for Jordan. Thought about the three. Wilkins being guarded by Rosario. Down low for Zutterman, who gives it off to Ralston to Gilvin and up and in. That was beautiful ball movement.
Nice patience. A lot of purpose in that. Nice move. Good job.
Under 2 to play here in this third. 37-23. Rosario, an aggressive drive, and she's going to be fouled.
So the Valkyries are going to have to work on that high screen. Right now, they're just basically giving up a layup each and every time. Down the road, as the state goes on, maybe a hedge, maybe a trap, but needs to be at least something.
That was the 4th foul against Sacred Heart here in this third quarter. So free throws the rest of the way if Ballard can draw any more contact. That's potentially a way for them to get back in this game as Rosario knocks them both down. That's her first 2 points of the evening. Ari Rogers comes off the floor. I believe that was Deanna Flemister coming back out. Here's Zutterman into the corner. Feels like Sacred Heart definitely has been more patient here in this third quarter than we saw in that first half.
Yeah, they're overloading the right side right now.
Taylor with the rebound. Still within 12. They're within striking distance. But you got to take care of the basketball. That was a near turnover as Kendall will fire this one. And rebounded by Wilkins, who gets it up for Ralston, who's all alone. That's 5 now for the sophomore, Tari Ralston. And now she nearly gets the takeaway. 45 to play in this third quarter. Lions, wide open lane, and gets it to fall. Saw the C part for her there, and she took advantage. And then same thing on this end with Bree Wilkins as she draws the foul.
Yeah, I don't think Coach Moore too excited about the last 2 or 3 times down the court from their defense. I don't think she appreciates the easy layups that they're giving up at this point in time.
Bree Wilkins going back to the stripe where she is 3 of 6 for the night, I believe. And And that first one up and in. First time tonight she's hit the first one. So that'll make her 4 of 7 now. As you mentioned in that first half, Mark, 83% from the line this season, so typically shoots it very well from the charity stripe, and that was 2 good-looking strokes there. First points of the half for Bree Wilkins, who's now up to 13 for the game, and we've got under 30 seconds to play, and we're going to get a foul in the backcourt. Not smart by Gilvin, as Carissa Lyons is going to go to the free throw line.
No, it wasn't, but they did exactly what we thought they were going to do on that made free throw. Just jumped into that 1-2-1-1. Got a little bit greedy, and that's a big foul.
Yep. Ryan Bruce, a sophomore, number 0 for Ballard, set the check in, I believe, for the first time tonight, as is Becca Carson coming off that Sacred Heart bench. But first, we got a Carissa Lyons free throw. And gets it to fall. Tell you what, her last 3 free throws have been interesting, but she's gotten them all to drop.
Got a confident-looking stroke, though.
She does, yeah.
She steps up there. Doesn't take real long and knocks them down. It's a little bit of rim, though.
Mm-hmm. It's Tari Ralston and Kendall Taylor going to the bench for their respective teams as Carissa Lyons misses the second free throw. Now trying to get it down low for Gilvin as it's taken away. Here is Lyons. Gonna go down the lane again, floats it up, that time a little too strong. Zutterman now up with Gilvin off the pass from Tootie Jordan, and she gets it up and in with 1 second left. There is gonna be the final buzzer, and that will bring us to the end of this third quarter of play. It's Sacred Heart 43, Ballard 28. Stay right there. We've got the fourth quarter coming up for you here in this 7th Region semifinal tonight for your Louisville basketball game night on Glycod.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in, like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and Louisville.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Want to do.
Back here, Atherton High School, the site of tonight's 7th Region semifinal. Louisville basketball game night. Justin Kalen, Mark Evans alongside you. Been a fun first game. We've got Manual and Assumption coming up next. But it is a 43-28 advantage for the Valkyries entering this fourth quarter as they look to move their playoff mark up to 14-0 against Ballard over the years. But Ballard, they've kept this one close, Mark. They've played pretty decent here tonight.
Yeah, great game plan. Same thing that's plagued them throughout the year for the most part. The games I've seen is they just have a hard time putting the ball in the basket. Yeah. Do a lot of great things, but you just can't miss layups, you can't miss easy shots, and you got to give some credit to Sacred Heart's defense too. But that's been the big difference in Sacred Heart being able to knock down the outside shot against that zone.
Well, it's tough to do that against this Sacred Heart team. They've got a lot of length, height. They make it tricky as Bree Wilkins trying to feed it down low, but taken away by Joy Smith. As now Lyons has it poked loose, but it'll stay here with Ballard. Tell you what, I've been watching Coach Gainey down there on that Ballard sideline. He's been very calm all night long. Just directing his team, trying to get them back in this thing as Lyons down low for Rogers. I thought she got bumped, but misses the shot, and back the other way goes Sacred Heart.
Corey does a great job. He's all about positive reinforcement.
Yeah.
And he's always been that way. The kids will always play hard for Corey because they know he cares about them.
Joy Smith with another takeaway that leads to a Jocelyn Rosario bucket. That's now 4 points for her.
Bree Wilkins at the other end with a layup on a run out.
So quick, I didn't even pick my head up.
Yeah, that's that transition that Sacred Heart loves to play.
Kendall Taylor, who's had a pretty solid ball game tonight, trapped on the corner, and Coach Gainey going to be forced to take a timeout. We'll take one with him as Sacred Heart leading this thing by 15 with just under 7 minutes to play here in this fourth quarter. Stay right there. We continue next for your Louisville basketball game night on Glycod.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Seventh region semifinal action continuing now. 6:53 left in this ball game. Justin Kalen, Coach Mark Evans alongside you. And Coach, Sacred Heart has pretty well been able to keep Ballard at arm's length throughout the entirety of this one, but give both teams credit. They've come out here and they have battled in this game tonight.
I thought the game plans were well. I did think that Sacred Heart did a nice job moving the basketball against that 2-3 zone. Sometimes when you're anxious and you want to get big leads, you force things. I thought after about the first 4 minutes, they settled in and they looked like the Sacred Heart we see.
Yep. As they force the Ballard turnover coming out of the timeout. As Ralston out there with Gilvin, Bree Wilkins, Becca Carson, and Tootie Jordan, who takes that three, missing. But Ralston will have a good look. She's a little too strong. Carson trying to track down the board, but throws it right into the hands of Joy Smith, who is standing on the sideline.
Yeah, just tough break, tough break. I'm sure Coach Gainey's proud of his kids. I thought they played. They kept their composure. They kept fighting. They continued to work and you know, they get the ball to the basket. They can score.
Well, he's got a number of younger players on this roster that should be a factor moving forward in future seasons. There's the three here by Carson. That one rattles out as Rosario pulls down the rebound. Rosario off for Kendall Taylor and another bucket in.
Taylor, a great job of trailing and great vision to find her for the little bank. Nice to see him use the glass.
13 now for Kendall Taylor. Down low Wilkins. A little out of control on that shot. Rebounded by Kendall.
Yeah, a little bit of a force here. She's looking for a foul. She didn't get the call. I thought it was a no call.
Carissa Lyons, good look, but misses. Now Rosario will go back up with it. She can't convert, and Joy Smith going to be called for the over the back.
Well, you know, you don't mind that. You love to see the effort of this Ballard Bruin kids going right over. I mean, they're fighting for every single rebound. I mean, they don't feel like they're out of it, and I guess they're not.
They're not, yeah. 45-32, they trail by 13. They're definitely not out of it, but they need to start making some noise in a hurry, and that'll certainly help. Kendall Taylor, another takeaway, as kind of an awkward stop inside the lane, but fortunately Rosario gets the offensive rebound. Now Taylor's three, got it! How about that? They needed a big shot like that, and this is the closest they have been since the first half, now trailing by just 10 with 5 minutes remaining in this ball game. We're going to get a full timeout. We'll take one as well. Stay right there. Your Louisville basketball game night 7th region semifinal action continues next here on Glycod.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A proud community supporter, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com, celebrating 20 years of serving our community of athletes. Priority Radiology. you have a choice.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
$45-35. Sacred Heart with the lead over Ballard. Justin Kalin, Mark Evans back here alongside you. And, Coach, it's a 7-2 advantage for Ballard here in this fourth quarter as they continue to try to throw haymakers and get themselves back in it.
Well, you know, the Valkyries have got a little bit careless with the ball. Last couple times down, they tried to throw over the top, resulted in some steals. And you get steals, you get layups, and then we have a big three hit. So that was right back in there.
Ralston up top with Carson. Let me ask you this, Coach, because you've been in this position, I'm assuming, in the past multiple times. Could this be a situation Sacred Heart may be overlooking this Ballard team with Assumption potentially looming?
I mean, I think that's always a possibility. But typically, Donna's teams doesn't overlook anybody. Yeah. By habit, by watching it over the years, they're usually pretty prepared for each and every one. They stay pretty much in the moment. I think we just need to give credit to Ballard, and
Sure.
I think that 2-3 zone, you know, it's showing some people on the state a lot of things that Sacred Heart's got to work on.
Yep. As Becca Carson knocking down that last three for them, and now Ralston aggressively inside, rebounded by Wilkins. Now bodies on the ground, Zutterman down there, as was, I believe that is Joyce Smith, and that's going to be another tie-up. Got a wet ball as one of our officials wiping it off with a towel. Normally you see the towel used on the floor. Rarely do you see it used on the basketball.
Ballard's going to have to break that 1-2-1-1 again.
They're running out of time, trailing by 13. And this ball going to be thrown away. I thought that might have been tipped by Tari Ralston on that far side, but it doesn't appear so.
Well, they were fortunate from the get-go. They threw the ball through the bottom of the net.
Yeah.
And really needed to use the middle that time and try to go deep sideline. You know, that's a press that you can, if you can attack it, you can score against it pretty quick.
Zutterman up top with Carson. Now with Jordan. Tootie's been pretty quiet this half, just 2 points.
Tootie's been running the show. She hasn't really looked to
That's
score.
a good point. Now she'll get it into the corner for Carson. Speaking of running the show, that's how you dish it out and find an open shooter.
Well, and knowing that the shooter happens to be a pretty good maker. Knowing your personnel is really important for a point guard.
It's the third three by Becca Carson tonight. As Zutterman going to come away with the rebound here. Sacred Heart's lead up to 16. And Tootie finally aggressive, driving to the hoop and draws the foul.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Tootie has matured so much over the time I've seen her play. You know, from just basically attacking on offense, looking for a shot, to running a team, to playing excellent defense. I mean, she's just really grown, and now she's a good team leader for them.
Good free throw shooter as well. She knocks down that first one. 83% on the season. Zutterman Ralston going to head over to the Sacred Heart sideline. And she gets them both. That's now 12 for the junior as that Valkyrie lead up to 18 as they've extended the lead here in this fourth quarter. Rogers, couple screens up top. And she's not even moving. Looks like a statue out there. As Lyons dribbles around her. Now Taylor off to Rosario. And she loses possession. Oh, they're going to say last touch by Sacred Heart.
It was off the foot.
Okay.
It was off the foot. Official did the right thing, asked for help, and he got help. Been a well-officiated game, too, by the way.
Lyons lobbed that one in for Kendall Taylor, who tried to catch it and shoot it in the same motion, and it leads to a run out for Bree Wilkins. It's now 17 for Wilkins. Biggest lead of the night for Sacred Heart, up to 20. And Coach Gainey going to bring in some of the youth off of his bench. Rosario down to 2 minutes left. Gets it off for Rogers, and that was a tough bucket. And we are going to get a stoppage of play just for the substitution here. Jamisha Murphy coming back out there. Meredith Boblet, a freshman, will see the floor, as does Deanna Flemister. And Kennedy Gatewood, a 5'9 senior, will come off the bench as well. And the final one is Ryan Bruce back on the floor. 55-37 as Carson, another great look from three, and the offensive rebound. And that's going to be free throws upcoming for Sacred Heart's Kalia Jones. Place is filled out nicely here as this game has gone along.
Excellent crowd.
Yeah.
Seen a lot of good crowds this year. Seems to be coming back in high school basketball, at least in the state of Kentucky.
Jones misses on that first one. Chance to get that Valkyrie lead up to 19, and she cannot. As it's rebounded by Gatewood, the senior playing her final minutes in a Ballard uniform. Tries to get it out on top for Jamisha Murphy as it's taken away. Now drop down low, up and in, and that'll be a three-point play opportunity. That was Eva Settles, a 5'4 freshman, on the finish. So both of these teams getting some valuable minutes for their youth. Settles, however, can't convert on the free throw, and it'll go back to Ballard. Make sure to stay with us at the conclusion of this game, as we will bring you final statistics as well as your most outstanding players, and then we'll get you set for game number 2. Annual and Assumption headed your way. That should be a fun one, Coach.
Sure should be. Pretty good matchup.
Yep.
Both very athletic, both well coached. I look forward to it.
It's Jamisha Murphy on that last finish. Manual 17-11 this season. Assumption 22-5. To look at the standings, I believe Assumption, last I looked, number 1 team in the state.
I believe they are. The most recent poll.
As Kalia Jones will head to the free throw line.
Well, Sacred Heart took a loss or so, and that dropped them. They went, after they beat Assumption at St. X, then they took a loss, and it bounced back and forth.
They've both been up there all year long.
Yeah, well, and they both played fantastic schedules, too.
Well, if they meet up on Saturday, that's going to be a fantastic game, as the second Kalia Jones free throw up and in, as that Sacred Heart lead back to 20, and we've got under a minute to play. Great effort by the Bruins tonight, but they're going to come up a little short. See what they have to say here in this last minute or so. As the missed shot and the rebound, and saved in play, but thrown away right into the hands of Ryan Bruce, and then she loses it.
Pretty wide-looking basketball right now.
They're letting them play. I love it. As now Kalia Jones, it looks like she maybe hit her head on the floor as that ball was taken away. She's slow to get up, but now comes to her feet. And she does indeed hold that head. Shout out to the Ballard athletic trainer. She was out there in a jiffy. (59-39) as it'll be a sideline out of bounds pass here. Looks like Assumption waiting down to our left. Ready to take the floor. Olivia Clausen, a 5'2 freshman, on the floor for Sacred Heart, as is Carden Sickles, a freshman, getting more minutes. As here is Sickles with it. She'll drive inside, floats it up, leaves it short, down to 5 seconds remaining. And Sacred Heart is, well, I thought they were going to hold it. Instead, they take the shot. I think they're going to rule that the shot was no good. So our final score will be 59-29. Great effort tonight by Ballard, but they're going to come up short and finish the season 14-13. Sacred Heart will advance to the 7th Region Championship on Saturday night. Who they're going to play, we'll find out next, as we've got Assumption and Manual set to do battle coming up after this break. But first, I'll bring you through the postgame, then we'll turn our attention to that matchup coming up next. Stay locked in with us here for 7th Region semifinal action. Louisville basketball game night tonight on Glycod.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
Blinds Direct, not just blinds. Blinds Direct, not just blinds.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
Welcome to Holy Smokes Barbecue.
At Holy Smokes Barbecue, our pitmasters smoke up mouth-watering ribs, chicken, brisket, mutton, and more. From sandwiches to full dinners, with a complete list of sides and desserts. Holy Smokes Barbecue. Just tell them that the man in the big white hat sent you.
Order up. How's the pork chop taste?
It's pretty good. It's the best one I've ever had.
Holy Smokes Barbecue. Tell them the man in the big white hat sent you.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by HKC Roofing. For your next roof repair or improvement, contact HKC at 502-212-1081 or visit roofyourhouse.com. HKC Roofing, better than guaranteed.
Back here, Atherton High School, as we have wrapped up game number 1 here this evening, as Sacred Heart gets it done 59-39 over Ballard, as we will get you set for this Assumption Manual game. But first, let's put a bow on our game number 1. Let's take a look at tonight's final numbers from German American Bank, strengthening communities since 1910. First off, we'll do individual scoring for Sacred Heart. It was 17 for Bree Wilkins. She was followed by Tootie Jordan with 12. 9 points for Becca Carson. 8 for Riley Gilvin. You had 4 from Emma Zutterman, 5 from Tari Alston, and then 2 points for Eva Settles and 1 for Kalia Jones. For Ballard, they were led by Kendall Taylor. She had 16, 9 points for Ari Rogers, 8 points for Carissa Lyons, 4 for Jocelyn Rosario, and 2 for Jamisha Murphy, as Ballard ends their season at 14-13. Sacred Heart up to 24-7 and will advance to the regional championship on Saturday night. We'll see who they play coming up next. It'll either be Assumption or Manual. Got to get you your most outstanding players as well. Tonight's most outstanding players brought to you by State Farm Insurance Agent Leslie Gilly. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Pretty easy decision on the Sacred Heart side of things. They got a number of really good performances tonight, but I'm going to go with Brianna Wilkins. 21 points for her, or 17 points, for her in this ball game. 11 rebounds as well as she secures the double-double in the ball game as her team gets it done by 20. And then for Ballard, I got to go Kendall Taylor. She led them in scoring with 16 points in this ball game. Great game for Kendall. 5 rebounds to go along with those 16 points as well. So there you go, Kendall Taylor, as well as Bree Wilkins will be your most outstanding players. And coming up on Glycod, more exciting high school basketball action brought to you by our good friends at Holy Smokes Barbecue. Tell them the man in the big white hat sent you, as it'll be Assumption and Manual coming up next for you. 7th Region semifinal, game number 2 from Assumption High School this evening on Glycod.
Buying or selling a new home, and you want to do it with few hassles? Count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Go ahead, pour it on, as thick as you want to. Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, serving up the tastiest ribs, chicken, brisket, brown sugar sticky wings, mutton and ham, always served to you fresh and so good it'll make you say,
"Holy smokes!"
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, 7508 Preston Highway.
Holy smokes!
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A proud community supporter, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com, celebrating 20 years of serving our community of athletes. Priority Radiology. You have a choice.
Blind direct, not just blinds. Blind direct, not just blinds.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Back here, Atherton High School, Justin Kalen back alongside you. Coach Mark Evans trying to get some pregame coach interviews down there on the floor. He'll rejoin us here shortly. But first, let's take a look towards this matchup. You've got Manual, 17-11 on the season. Assumption, 22-5. Should be a fun game here this evening. We've got to get you your players to watch. And this evening, I'm going to be keeping my eye on Kendall Himmerly, a 5'10 junior. She averages over 11 points a game. Very good shooter as well, over 44% from the field this season. And for Assumption, Ashlyn James, a 5'9 senior, an Indiana University commit, will be a player to watch here in this one tonight as well. And we have got to bring you tonight's inside look as well. Tonight's Inside Look brought to you by Blinds Direct, proudly serving Louisville for over 30 years. Visit blindsdirect.com or call 502-266-0079. Let's take a look first for the Assumption team. Their inside look on them, as it is going to be waiting on the graphic here. Actually, let's get Mark back in the fold. Coach, we're in our inside look portion of the pregame. What's your inside look for this Manual Crimson's team coming into this ball game here tonight at 17-11?
All right. Sorry, Justin. I was trying to chase down coaches.
A lot of moving parts.
And my one good friend from Manual stayed on the court, so we kind of had to nix it a little bit. Okay, back to our inside looks in this game. Did you say Manual?
Manual, yep.
All right. They have to have a great offensive day. I've seen them one time, not too long ago, against Mayo. They shot the lights out. But if you look at the statistics, that's not the normal case. But tonight they'll need to shoot the ball extremely well if they're going to win this basketball game. The other thing, though, is they have to have great transition defense. They got to really concentrate on getting back, slowing the ball down, and getting all the way back. This Assumption team loves to run, and they got the athletes to run, and they'll run out on you. I mean, they really are pushing the ball down the court, so that's going to be a big key.
Well, you might have spoiled some of your inside look on Assumption there with that answer, but give me the inside look on the Assumption team coming in.
Well, once again, they just need to finish around the basket. They get a lot of good shots. They just need to be able to finish tonight, and they need to take care of limit their turnovers and foul issues. I think we're going to have a great game. Assumption's been a lot more consistent this year. They played some really great teams. They beat most of those great teams they played. They played a lot of out-of-state teams. I think that's really prepared them for this moment. I think with Manual, as she would say, they've been up and down a little bit trying to find their identity. She does a great job. She hangs her hat on defense. They'll come out here and play their tails off, but they'll have to get some turnovers and get some easy baskets.
Yep, no doubt about it. Looking forward to this one. Winner will advance to take on Sacred Heart in the 7th Region Championship on Saturday. So we'll step aside for a break here. Come back. We'll bring you your starting lineups, other news and notes to get to as well. But make sure you stay locked here with us on Glycod. And please remember that this broadcast is copyrighted by the Kentucky High School Athletic Association for the private use of our audience. The use of pictures, video, and audio without the express written permission of the KHSAA is prohibited. Back with more Louisville basketball game night here on Glycod.
Direct, not just blinds. Blind Direct, not just blinds.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. with health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
You're struggling with something in school. Sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
When you want the right agents for your real estate needs, choose the Van Treese team with True Blood Real Estate. Former University of Louisville basketball star Stephen Van Treese and his wife Laura Protenick Van Treese combine local knowledge, dedication, and results to help you buy or sell with confidence. Contact the Van Treese team at 502-468-1463. Because no other real estate team quite measures up when you experience the True Blood advantage.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. And the Van Treese team with True Blood Real Estate. Experience the True Blood advantage.
Back here, Atherton High School, as we are just about set for the second game of our doubleheader this evening for your Louisville basketball game night here on Glycon. Justin Kalen, Coach Mark Evans back alongside you. It's Manual and Assumption set to do battle, and a chance to go to the region championship on Saturday night. Looking forward to this one, but first, we got to get you your starting lineups. Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by Interstate Batteries. Get started with Interstate Batteries. They're outrageously dependable. Let's start first with the 17-11 Manual Crimsons. To Kinsey Young, she is a 5'6 sophomore, number 1, averages nearly 10 points per ball game in all 7th region selection. Number 11, Jeremiah Bracken, a 5'6 sophomore, almost 7 points per game, leads this team with 43 threes on the season. Kendall Himmerly, a 5'10 junior. We highlighted her in our Players to Watch segment, 11 points per game this season. London Bibbs, she's a 5'7 senior, wears number 20, puts up 4 points per game. And Brooklyn Davis, number 24, a 5'7 senior. She scores nearly 10 points per contest. Coach, what do you make of that starting lineup?
It's a good one. It's a good one, and they come in with a couple of strong players off the bench. Watch them play quite a bit, a lot of balance in how they do things. They play well together defensively. They communicate well, and I look for them to definitely battle tonight.
And you can tell how much their relationship with their head coach, Ashley Franklin, means as she hugs them all as they're announced here tonight. Coach Franklin in her 4th season, 92 wins, 33 losses. She has 204 wins, 127 losses in her 11th year total. Also coached at Central. She's an alumni of Manual. So we'll keep our eye on how that plays out here tonight. And now your starters for Assumption. Ava Moore, she is a 5'10 senior, wears number 1, 10 points, 4 rebounds a ball game, also leads the team with 29 threes. Number 4, Jada Allen, she's a 5'7 senior, 7 points, 2 rebounds a ball game. Ashlyn James, who we highlighted in the pregame, the Indiana University commit, wears number 13. She is a 5'9 senior, averaging 14 points, 4 rebounds, also split with Bree Wilkins for all 7th region player of the year, over 1,400 points in her career. Number 23, Layla Powell, a 5'10 senior, 9 points, 7 rebounds a ball game, 2 double-doubles this season. And number 24, Saray Palmer, a 5'5 sophomore, 12 points, 2 rebounds, a contest, and all 7th region selection as well. What do you make of that starting lineup, Coach?
I would say, Justin, they may be the most athletic lineup, first 5 in the state of Kentucky. They are flat athletic. They're good basketball players also, but they would rival any team. They're not giant, but they're long and they're quick.
Well, they turned the ball over on their first possession, and we are underway. Manual in their black uniforms. Assumption in their white. As Manuel, their first possession here, and they're going to turn it over. So much like we saw on game number 1 here tonight, a little bit of nerves to start things off.
No doubt about it.
Here's Ashlyn James driving down low, and her shot's blocked. Coach Kovac wanted a foul on that play. By the way, Coach Kovac very successful in her time here at Assumption.
She's not been here for a long time, but Coach does a nice job. She very good head coach.
Third season for Assumption as Ashlyn James knocks down the 3. Coach C, as she is called, 68 wins, 21 losses in her time with the Rockets. And now driving down low comes Manuel. This ball poked loose, and it's going to be picked up by Ava Moore, who streaks down the floor with it. And that is going to be a blocking call.
Good idea by the Manuel Crimson player. Just don't think she's quite set, but you know, if they're going to run through like that, you're going to have to take charges. That's the only way to slow down a team like this Assumption team that just takes it to the rim aggressively, especially against the James young lady by the name of James. She's special.
It's an Assumption team that is ultra aggressive offensively as Moore driving in, trying to get it off for Ashlyn James as it's taken away. Good hands in there. That was Kendall Hemmerly with it. Now she's still got it. Spinning inside. Good idea, but she loses possession. Ball goes out of play. It'll remain back with Assumption.
Yeah, I think one of the main deals tonight is going to be how well they can contain Ashlyn James. She's just a rare athlete with a lot of just super quickness, accelerates extremely well.
One for me, when I saw this Assumption team earlier this season, Coach, everybody makes so much about Ashlyn James, and rightfully so with her scoring abilities, over 14 points a game. But what really stood out to me about her game was her passing. It was unbelievable. So we'll see if that's the case again here tonight. As I mentioned it, she tried to thread the needle down low. Fortunately, it takes a bounce into the hands of her teammate Ava Moore, who gets it up and in. And an early 5-point lead now for the Rockets. Loose ball up top. Kinsey Young. Drive it inside here, and that one up and in. Good finish there. That was Brooklyn Davis, the team's second leading scorer.
Yeah, great take. Use that right hand.
Quick answer on the other end, though. Layla Powell gets it up and in. We've got our work cut out for us tonight, Coach, keeping up with this score. 7-2 as it stands now. Coach C yelling something to her team. Step back 3. That one left short and knocked out of play. Look from here. It was last touched by Assumption, but they're going to give the ball back to him. Good look there by London Bibb, the senior.
Got Manuel on a 2-2-1 press. Going to try to push to the corners and trap on the sides. Here they come. A little slow on the trap.
That speed bringing the ball up the floor as the three-pointer misses, but the stick back up and in, and that is Layla Powell again. Back-to-back buckets. Assumption 9. Manual 2, as we're going to get a quick timeout taken here with just over 5 minutes remaining in this first quarter. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll take one as well. Stay locked in with us here for your Louisville basketball game night on Glycod.
Hi, folks. Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Back here, Atherton High School. That is the site of tonight's 7th Region semifinal action. And it is a quick start for Assumption here in this second game after Sacred Heart wins game 1 by 20. A 9-2 advantage thus far for the Rockets. And, Coach, they've really gotten out and ran early in this ballgame.
Yes, they have, and they're getting second shots, Justin, and that's something that worried me about this Crimson team is trying to keep them off the boards. And they're going to have to do a better job of blocking out, and they're definitely going to have to do a better job of getting back and stopping the transition baskets.
Yeah. See how they fare in those departments as London Bibb gets it to her teammate on that far sideline. That was Bracken who's tied up, so a jump ball, but it stays with the Crimsons.
Yeah, London set her teammate up, giving her the basketball right into a trap, right into a corner.
Not a great spot. Yeah.
Not a good place to be.
Number 0, Amari Bryce checking in, a 5'5" sophomore. She's the one that triggered that inbound. Now she's back in possession here and tried to thread the needle. Should have been taken away by Ashlyn James, but she loses it out of play.
Well, right now, Justin, this assumption, the length of this assumption and the quickness is completely taking Manual out of their offense. They're having a hard time to just get anything going.
Coach, I'll be honest, I'm colorblind. Is the wording on the Assumption jerseys, that's pink, right?
Correct.
Huh. I like the look.
Yeah.
As this ball knocked loose and picked up, here comes Kylie Moore streaking down the floor. Younger sister of Ava Moore.
Quick turnover by Assumption there.
It's already a couple here in this first quarter. Now into the corner. Great look from 3 and knocked down. This time she's able to get it to drop. That was London Bibb.
Nice job of driving, drawing, and kicking to the corner for the 3.
Bibb on
caught it in a perfect rhythm.
Bibb on the season, 29%. And another offensive rebound and another offensive rebound. And now we're going to get a foul call. Coach C throwing her arms in the air, and I can't help but notice she had that hair down, Coach, already not even halfway through this first quarter. She's already pulled it up into a ponytail.
She's back to her playing days now. She's not trying to get out there and help them. And she could help them, I guarantee it.
I was getting ready to say, I bet she could, yeah.
I guarantee she can score and get the ball to the rim and play defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now the biggest struggle for the Crimson is they got to keep them off the board, and they're just not. That time they had 4 people standing in the baskets with their hand up. Not one of them blocked out.
Layla Powell ends up knocking down both free throws, so she's got 6 already, only averages 9.
Back into a 2-2-1 press.
And
turnover again.
Another turnover, just like you said, as Kylie Moore picks it up. Now with James. She'll look to get inside, step back. Oh, how's that rim out? And a foul call down low.
Yeah, a nice little fade there from the left side. James didn't go in, but just shows you her athleticism to be able to shoot a fall away from 15.
That is a shot she can knock down regularly.
See what they run here on the inbounds. See if they don't post her up. They got a mismatch underneath, but they didn't use it.
Here she is with it. Cross-court pass. And inside, dropping it down low. And how does she miss that? But gets the rebound and the stick back. And going to the line for a 3-point play will be the sophomore Kylie Moore.
But once again, a broken record, but another second shot.
James coming over to the sideline, giving a high five to Coach C. Tell you what, Terry Morin up in Bloomington, she's getting a good one in Ashlyn James, no doubt about it.
Absolutely.
As Moore knocks down the free throw to convert on the 3-point play. 14-5, great start for the Rockets here in this one.
In a 1-2-1-1 press. Going to play off the ball a little bit, about 3/4 court. We'll look to trap the corners once again. Setting it up. Got to run her back.
Gotta be patient with this, huh?
Yeah, not too patient. Got to get across the court.
Alexandria Brittle out there for Manual, newly checked in. And this one driving in, misses, but the offensive rebound. Haven't seen Manual get too many extra opportunities themselves, but they blow that one. Is now with it. Up top with James. One of the better looks she'll probably get all night, but comes up empty. Now here we go, Palmer's 3. And that 2 misses, and now a foul called against Assumption down low. It's the type of looks you want from beyond the perimeter if you're Assumption.
Well, it's a good move, good ball movement. Went from right to left and hit her in rhythm and just didn't make the shot. Same thing, 1-2-1-1. Looking for the trap right now.
9-point Assumption advantage. And it'll stay that way, at least for now, following the missed 3 and another foul call down low. That's going to be the second against Assumption here in this first quarter. And another substitution. Coach, I can't help but notice the depth of this Manual team. They've got a huge roster, and that's an advantage for Coach getting those players in, keeping fresh legs, huh?
It is an advantage, Justin, but once again, bottom line is got to find somebody in there that's going to make a shot.
Yeah, that's proved difficult so far. Maybe this could be one on the run out. And blocked away, but I think they're going to get a foul, as our official said they got her in the head. I believe Ashlyn James thought she had a clean block there.
I'd like to see the replay, Justin, but I don't think we have that one.
And actually we do. Here it comes on your screen now. We'll take another look at it. Oh. Thought Nick was going to fire it up, but that's okay. Nick Landrum, our on-site producer tonight.
Nick's all that. I was pushing him, a lot of pressure on him.
High pressure scenario for sure as that first free throw falls through. By the way, Joe Lincoln on camera for us this evening as well. And following the first free throw, we are going to get a timeout called. And now we'll take a look at that foul call as you get the look at the replay. What do you think? Still foul? You like the call? All right. I won't make you answer.
I'll take the fifth.
All right, we're going to get a full timeout, but we'll keep it here through this timeout as Assumption leads it 14-6 over Manual. Coach, how can Manual get some more offense generated? What does Coach Franklin need to be telling her team in this timeout?
Well, it starts with their defense. They need to play better defense. They need to box out. They have to get some rebounds so they can run.
Yeah.
You know, the easiest way to score is out of transition, and they're best when they can transition and kick and knock down outside shots. Right now they're not getting any transition because the ball's going through the net after the second, third shot by the Rockets. Right now it's not a very good recipe for the Crimsons.
By the way, the last time these two teams played, it was a 56-53 Manual win in the 7th Region semifinal. Manual has actually won 24 of their last 25, and they lead 28-6 since 1998. I was telling you before we came on tonight, those numbers kind of surprised me. You would think that Assumption would have the advantage in a series like this.
No, Manual's been a powerhouse forever. They've had some really great women's teams for a long, long time. And like I said, Assumption's been up and down over the many, many years, and up until just recently with Coach Kovac, they were just not that strong of a team, to be quite honest.
That checks out. As the second free throw also falls through, so a pair made by Brooklyn Davis, who's got her fourth point of the night. James brings it across the timeline. Palmer, look at that pass, a rocket pass by the Rocket.
Daniel's in the zone, probably a very smart move, I would say. Once again, much like the first game, force.
Your Assumption, you can't continue these cross-court passes, right? That's living dangerous.
They're throwing the skip, and the defense is already sucked in. They're sagging on them. So there's really nobody to pick that skip pass up and make that steal. If they do pick it up, it's a layup at the other end, though.
Well, it gave some room to open up the floor for Ashlyn James, who finishes that last bucket.
Yeah, that zone has gaps in it, and Ashlyn's so quick she can find the gaps.
She's got 5 of the 16 Assumption points.
But if you watch it, just such a struggle for this Manual team to get a good look. I mean, look at the length on the ball right now.
Yeah. Kylie Moore guarding. She's 6 foot tall. And now near takeaway by Saray Palmer. Crimson's drop it down low, and good defense there by Kylie Moore. Was unable to get that one in. And now a foul on the other end as Ashlyn James will head to the free throw line for the first time. And she gets rid of the headband early on in this game.
Very, very difficult to stop her in the open court like that. They were trying to transition back in defense. Half of them had their backs turned. She ran right up the backs and got right to the rim. She's a very, very difficult player in transition.
As the first free throw up and in. She'll have one more opportunity here. On the season, And a very solid free throw shooter at 74% and gets them both here.
2-2-1. Trying to take away the middle, which is smart.
Bracken getting it up top for Takenzie Young.
See where their offense is starting, Justin. They're forcing them to start midcourt just to run an offense. Every pass is difficult.
And this one blocked away as that was Amaria Pagis going up for the layup. And Assumption has been very aggressive, not just offensively, but defensively so far in this one as well. On the season, they allow just 41 points per game while putting up 65 themselves. Manual on the other side of things, they score 59 a game while allowing only 47. So you can tell both of these offenses pretty high-powered, both of these defenses pretty stout as well.
Yeah, both coaches hang their hat on their defense is always first for both of them.
Ashlyn James will take a quick break. After dropping that headband, she'll throw that hair in a ponytail. Now cross-court pass. Trailing by 11 are the Crimsons of Manual. Near takeaway, and now it will be a takeaway. As up for Palmer. She stops on a dime but can't get it to fall. The offensive rebound no good either, and Kovac can't get it in. That is the daughter of Coach Kovac. Kyla is her name, a 5'11 junior. We're down to 20 seconds left in this first quarter.
Caught her on the flash. Nice little opportunity there.
Tell you what, Brooklyn Davis has had a solid first quarter, now 6 points. And we're going to get a foul at midcourt, and that's going to send Assumption to the free throw line. And it's going to be Saray Palmer towing it, 58% from the stripe this season. Assumption doubling up the Crimsons here in the early going of this one. And gets that one to fall through. Tell you what, this is an Assumption team. If you look up and down their schedule, some of the scores they have had this season, Coach, have been outrageous.
Yeah, there's not a lot of balance in girls basketball throughout the state of Kentucky. Assumption's definitely one of the top teams, if not the top team.
Yeah.
But once again, until they take it away from Sacred Heart, then we'll see.
That's true.
They have a fine-looking team and play well together, and I love their athleticism and their aggressiveness both ends of the court.
Manuel not going to get a shot off, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter of play. 20-9, Rockets on top of the Crimsons. We'll step aside for our quarter break here. Come back, we'll bring you the second quarter of action here from Atherton High School on Glycod.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Second quarter set to get underway here from Atherton High School in this 7th region semifinal number 2 on the girls' side of things, as it is Assumption with an 11-point advantage. Justin Galen, Mark Evans here with you. These teams battling it out for a chance to do battle with Sacred Heart on Saturday as Saray Palmer lays it up in air. Coach, you mentioned it. Somebody's got to take it away from Sacred Heart eventually. They've won the last 5 state championships.
Yeah, it's always a tough thing to do, though, because it's got a lot of mental in that situation.
Yeah. And another manual takeaway. Saray Palmer again running the floor. This time did not have the angle. That is a smart play, bringing it back out. Now Ava Moore gets her own rebound. And that one blocked away. Tell you what, this officiating crew, I'll get you those names here in just a second. They are letting them play so far tonight.
Yeah, I think it's been well done, both games.
22-9. As the Assumption student section just below us starts to make some noise. And we are going to get a timeout taken here by Manual. 22-9 is our score. We'll sneak a break in as well. Stay right there. Your 7th region quarter, or semifinal rather, here this evening on Glycod continues next.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Louisville Basketball Game Night this evening on Glycod, 7th region semifinal action as it is 22-9 Assumption with the lead. Let me get you tonight's officials. Forgot to do that prior to the game. This evening we've got Steve Viola, Jimmy Luckett, and Clifford Florence are 3 officials. Figured we were just complimenting them, Mark, so we better get their names out there, right?
Absolutely. Doing a fine job. Out of the 8th region.
Normally, when you hear an official's name or know an official's name, it's because they've done a poor job, right? I don't feel like they don't get enough credit for the good things they do.
In my history, for the most part, we've had pretty good officials. So
Yeah.
I know most of them by first name for a good reason.
You know half this gym by first name.
I'm old.
The amount of people that have walked up to you tonight has been incredible. As that shot blocked out of bounds. See if Manuel can get some offense rolling.
Yeah, nothing's coming easy for Manuel. Everything's a struggle.
As that ball hits Coach C right in the chest. That may debunk our theory that she could still get out there and play. She couldn't catch that one cleanly.
Caught her off guard. She can play. She's a quality college player for sure.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
I think she played at Syracuse. I don't remember.
I believe that is right. Yep. Spinning into the lane here, and another good defensive effort as James is knocked to the floor, but Saray Palmer, like she's been so many times tonight, right place, right time, and the block.
That was a great block.
And
then Palmer steals the back and scores.
Palmer says, I'm getting this bucket one way or the other.
She's instant energy.
Yeah.
She's created about 4 or 5 turnovers herself.
6 points now as well to her credit for the sophomore.
Yeah, this defense by this Assumption Rocket team has been fabulous.
Ava Moore nearly forcing another turnover. And now into the backcourt. They are able to get it out of there, and that's a little too aggressive that time.
Little anxious there. Yeah, little bit greedy on that one.
Jade Allen wanted that steal.
Well, yeah, they were nonstop for sure.
15-point Assumption advantage.
Yeah, it's completely taken Manual out of anything they're trying to do. These athletes from Assumption are just really, really wreaking havoc with their defense.
Alexandria Brittle back on the floor for Manual as this ball knocked out of play.
Well, and they know the pressure's working, and they're getting hands on everything. No telling how many deflections they've had, and that's always a mark of a good game when the hands are active and you're getting a lot of touches.
Ashlyn James comes off the floor. And this ball knocked out of play right next to where James was standing. She hadn't even sat down, and that ball was coming her way. All just finds good players, right?
Sure does. And they found the ball.
As Hemmerly, see if they can get her going a little bit. Leading scorer for this Manual team as she's got it now. Backing down Palmer, nice size advantage, and she's going to be fouled. So right on cue, heading to the free throw line for a chance at points.
Did a nice job of holding her feet. Little lift move, little up and under, step through, and got herself to the free throw line. But it's going to take a lot of them to get back in the game.
She'll toe the line here. Second foul against Assumption in this second quarter. Kimberly, nothing but nylon on that first one. Shoots 70% from the line this year.
Yeah, the length of the Rockets is giving her some problems. She usually pretty much dominates inside, but I think the length is bothering her just a bit.
And that second one spins out, nearly keeping the possession alive, but now into the hands of Saray Palmer.
No hurry. We'll set her offense.
Palmer
Beautiful
down
pass.
low, wide open, but can't get the finish, although the offensive rebound and stick back up and in. That's Layla Powell again, already 8 points, only averages 9 per game this season. Now James with the takeaway. Free throw line jumper. Offensive rebound again, and a stick back. Another offensive rebound. My goodness, they're letting them battle down low. And now we're going to get a foul call. Are you okay with this officiating style, or would you like them to tighten it up a little bit?
No, I like it like it
good?
is. Yeah, I think in the college game, if you talk to Coach Walls and some of those coaches, that tight whistle that they're calling now is really taking away the energy of these basketball games.
Kills the momentum.
They call a complete different game with the men and the women in college right now, and I think it really is hurting the women in basketball. Out here, what I'm seeing is they're letting the guys play for sure because we've had some very good guys games.
Sure.
But now tonight, this 8th region, letting the girls play. And I don't see anything big misses by calls by any chance. You know what Assumption tends to do now, though, they kind of feel the energy, so they're ball hanging no matter what. So, you know, they might get 2 and 3 shots on the offensive end, and they just stay there. So then they just trap out. And it's dangerous against teams that can get the ball out and get down the court because you give up layups. But right now, they're just overwhelming Manual.
Assumption has looked good so far, especially on the offensive boards. But you got to start hitting some of those second shot opportunities as a ball out of play, as that was Maria Pagis going out of bounds. Excuse me. (26-10), just over 4 to play here in this first half.
Manual's sticking to their man-to-man. They play hard, they play well, but I think they're just one-on-one situations right now. I think they're just a little smaller, not quite as quick.
Coach Shee throwing up the play call. James driving to her right, and another offensive rebound down low by Layla Powell. She must have 6 or 7 offensive rebounds at this point. And now a takeaway as bodies on the floor. That's going to be a jump ball, and that will keep it here with Manual. Nick Landremar, on-site producer, letting us know that it was going to stay on this end. You ever thought about officiating? They need officials, Nick. But then we'd lose you as our on-site. We don't want that. You better stay here with Glycon.
Too much fun.
Yeah.
No. Mess our team up.
As Manual looking to get something up on the board. They had 9 points at the end of the first, just with 1 point here in this second quarter. And that came courtesy of Kendall Hemmerly from the free throw line.
Well, the defense has smothered them. I mean, there's no doubt about it. And they're getting defended full court every time, up and down.
I guess we'll try from the stripe and can't get it to fall. She'll have another try here. 58% from the charity stripe this season. And gets it through. 26-11. Assumption with a 15-point advantage. And all the way to the rim, but blocked away. But right spot, right time is Kylie Moore, who cleans it up.
Yeah, just can't give up that weak side rebound like that. Not anybody on the weak side block, but the offensive player. Most important place on the court.
Hemmerly with it. Just over 3 to play. She'll drop it down low, and it's taken away. Ashlyn James comes up with it. And look at this speed all the way down the court for the easy finish. That's just skill there.
Yeah, that's...
Into the corner with it. Manuel looking for something to go their way. It has been a tough go of it so far.
Yeah, just can't find anything. The defense has been fantastic by the Rockets. Some of the best defense I've seen.
That's going to be another Manuel turnover. And while we got a minute, let me remind you, visit glycod.com for information about our live postseason basketball coverage. And check out our Tournament Central page for updates on all the action. Glycod is changing the way you watch high school athletics. And we have got a ton more games coming up for you the next couple of days. Monday, championship day. It's going to be a lot of fun here the next handful of days.
Look forward to it.
Here's Ashlyn James. Up top now, Kylie Moore drives in. A little too strong on that one.
I like the use of the left hand, though, on the left side. That was good.
Here's to Kinsey Young with a head full of steam. Out to Himmerly. And that shot comes up empty, but it lands right back in her hands. This time too strong. Ava Moore clears the rebound. Quick outlet up the floor for James. Top of the key. She is going to lose it. Looked like she was pulled to the ground there, but no call. Under 2 to play.
They might have missed that one.
One of the few tonight we've been able to say that. As Young over to her right-hand side. That three no good. But the stick back is good for Pegues down low, and that is the first field goal of the quarter.
Yeah, one of the few opportunities that they've had to get a second shot.
Trailing by 17 here. Under 90 seconds to play.
High screen and roll. No roll, just a stay.
And James takes advantage of it either way.
It's hard to play straight up.
That's 11 first half points now. As Young drops it out, Himmerly, and that ball
Great
blocked away.
Great block.
Holy smokes.
Excellent timing.
It's one of the best blocks I've seen all season.
Almost caught it.
As James drops this one off, cross court. Ava Moore. Her sister gets the rebound, out for James. Three-point try, hits another. Man, this Assumption team's good. That's all you can say.
They're playing really well tonight. And against a challenge to score team like Manual, they've really taken advantage of it.
Lead by 22 here as the shot comes up empty. Himmerly, though, on the rebound, and she'll head back to the free throw line for a couple.
Well, every shot is challenged, though, Justin.
Mm-hmm.
Every shot is challenged.
No doubt.
No fear about fouls, and they do a pretty good job to keep their hands straight up and down.
Himmerly 1 for 2 from the line tonight as she reties that tennis shoe. Now going to readjust the knee braces as well. What would you call that, a leg sleeve?
Yeah, they're the sleeves.
Any idea what purpose those serve?
Sometimes it's almost like compression. They feel better, keeps them warm. Sometimes kids with a little bit of a knee issue, maybe, growth type things, it helps them. Sometimes it's just better looking good.
I get that. Himmerly second. It will fall through. First one did not. 35-14 football score for us here as we approach halftime. James at the midcourt line with it. Down to 10. She's being guarded by Takenzie Young, the sophomore. James, what a move behind her back. Floats it up, and that comes off. And that will bring us to the end of our first half of play. Assumption all over Manual here in this second ball game. 35-14 will be our halftime score. We'll step aside for our break now, come back, and we will break down that first half for you, get you statistics, and get you set for the second half of play. Keep it locked in with us here on Glycod this evening for your 7th Region semifinal matchups for your Louisville basketball game night.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer. Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and Louisville.
When you bundle home and auto, life can be easier. You choose coverage that makes sense for you, at a price that's right for you, and a local State Farm agent who's there for you.
Call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Oldham County today.
Welcome to Holy Smokes Barbecue.
At Holy Smokes Barbecue, our pitmasters smoke up mouth-watering ribs, chicken, brisket, mutton, and more. From sandwiches to full dinners, with a complete list of sides and desserts. Holy Smokes Barbecue. Just tell them that the man in the big white hat sent you.
Order up! How's the pork chop taste?
It's pretty good. It's the best one I've ever had.
Holy Smokes Barbecue! Tell them the man in the big white hat sent you.
When you want the right agents for your real estate needs, choose the Van Treese team with True Blood Real Estate. Former University of Louisville basketball star Stephen Van Treese and his wife Laura Protenick Van Treese combine local knowledge, dedication, and results to help you buy or sell with confidence. Contact the Van Treese team at 502-468-1463. Because no other real estate team quite measures up when you experience the True Blood advantage.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Tinsley Family Concessions, a tradition of corporate excellence and community service. For more, visit tfcfamily.com.
Back here, Atherton High School, smack dab in the middle of our halftime this evening. And it was a pretty impressive first half of basketball for the Rockets of Assumption as they lead 35-14 up on our scoreboard. Justin Kalen, Mark Evans back here alongside you. And, Coach, pretty impressive stuff there by Assumption that first half.
Yes, I thought they hit on most all cylinders. Defensively, they were just overwhelming and completely took Manual out of anything they even tried to do. It was just almost like a panic the entire game, at least the entire first half, because of the defense that was brought on by the Rockets. Yeah. They're long, they're quick, and they do something that sometimes you don't want them to do, and that's ball hang after they miss a shot. But they even did that well today. The things that really stand out is they're just killing Manual on the offensive boards.
Yeah.
Just killing them. And then, of course, the shooting is they're not really shooting the ball all that well, but they're shooting the ball a whole lot because they're getting second and third shots every single time down the court, whereas Manual's a one and out, even if they can get a shot off, but they've had enough turnovers to hurt them too.
Yeah, I think you're right to mention the defensive efforts by Assumption in that first half. Pretty impressive stuff as they hold this high-powered Manual offense to 9 points in the first quarter and then 5 points in the second quarter. As that's not great as Assumption led 20-9 after one, now 35-14.
Yeah, credit goes to Assumption. They were very ready to play tonight.
Mm-hmm.
They're very locked in. I don't know necessarily if they're a great shooting team if you look at the percentages, but they get a lot of shots, and their transition game is good, and they crash the boards with some very, very, very athletic guards, and they finish fairly well on their second and third shots.
Well, we'll see if they can keep it up in the second half. As we step aside for a break, let me remind you that tonight's scoreboard is presented by the Van Treese team with True Blood Real Estate. No other real estate team measures up. We'll be back on the other side with your halftime stats, and then we'll be set for the second half of play. Don't go anywhere. Louisville basketball game night continues next on Glycod.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a side of ranch.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
This is the mower that cut the lawn, that became the place their kids grew up. The legendary Exmark Laser Z is the zero-turn mower more landscape pros trust. For cut quality, comfort, and reliability. Exmark, official mowers of the backyard life. Visit your local dealer or explore the Exmark Laser Z online for special finance offers, available now.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German-American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German-American Bank, building our community together.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Back here, Assumption High School, as we are just about set for the second half of play. between Manual and Assumption. A 35-14 advantage for the Rockets thus far. Justin Kalen and Mark Evans back here alongside you. We've got to bring you your halftime stats. Tonight's halftime stats are brought to you by German American Bank, building communities since 1910. I'll quickly give you the individual scoring. It was 6 points for Brooklyn Davis to lead the way for Manual in that first half. London Big and Amaria Pegues with 3 points apiece. Kendall Himmerly, the leading scorer for Manual, with just 2. 14 points for Ashlyn James on the Assumption side of things. 8 for Layla Powell. 6 for Saray Palmer. 5 for Kylie Moore. And 2 for Ava Moore. Coach, anything stick out from the team perspective?
Yeah, numbers to keep in mind. 421 for 19% by the Crimson. And for the Rockets, 13 of 38. 38 shots because of all the second shots. That's a big stat. The other thing is, the Assumption Rockets have 16 offensive rebounds to only 8 by the Crimsons. And that pretty much tells the story. Second chance points, 16 to 3.
How many offensive rebounds did Layla Powell have in that first half? Out of those 16. I know she had a number of them. She just got another one there, actually.
Yeah, she had 9 total rebounds, 6 of them offensively.
Wow. 7 offensive rebounds. Keep our eye on that. You ever seen anybody get a double-double with just offensive rebounds? That'd be pretty impressive.
I don't know if we ever missed that many shots.
Humble brag, Coach. Humble brag. 35-14 as Ballard looking for some points to begin the half, and they're going to get them as that was knocked in by Brooklyn Davis. She's been the most consistent player for Manual so far tonight. And a chance to get her 9th point through if she can convert on the free throw, where she is a 65% shooter on the season. Did I say Ballard? Manual. Got my games confused. Thanks, Nick. That's why you're here. You're here to keep me in check. I appreciate you. As the free throw up and in. So Brooklyn Davis now with 9 points.
2-2-1 press. She's not going to give up.
No, can't.
I could see her mixing her defenses a little bit more and trying to trap out of the half, though.
This one
handled well by Assumption, though.
Layla Powell with another offensive rebound. I believe that gives her 9 now for the game. As this ball knocked out of play, officials look at each other, and it's going to stay on this end.
Yeah, this Manual team's got to get a body on them, got to keep them off the boards, and maybe can draw some fouls that way. But so far, just going to the rim, trying to get a rebound without blocking, that's not doing them much good.
There's Saray Palmer with it. She had a fantastic first half. Over for James. Back with Palmer, who gets into the lane, and what a pass! Oh!
Yeah, great job by Palmer. You can't let her get in the paint like that. Drew the defense up and just dumped the ball down to her inside player. She had both blocks covered. Good little set they ran there. They just ran a 1-2-2 set and let her break the defense down.
That was Ava Moore on the finish. I thought the pass initially was too high, as we're going to get a travel call here, but somehow Ava Moore goes up and brings it down using her height to her advantage. 37-17. Yet another patron here at Assumption High School stopping by to see Mark Evans. Everybody in this gym, I think, knows you, Coach. I love it. Ashlyn James, she'll try to feed it down low to Layla Powell, who gets it up and in. That's now 10 for Powell. She's got a double-double. Up top to Kinsey Young with it for Manual. Trying to feed it out for Davis, but Davis being covered nicely out beyond the perimeter.
Yeah, James does a good job of moving her feet. They're trying to run a high screen and get off of the screen and get to the rim, but basically James just keeps sliding her feet and pushing them out deeper on the court. They play some good man-to-man overall as a team, the Rockets.
Good feed by Young to Himmerly, but she had a bad angle and couldn't convert. Now Ashlyn James with the bounce pass, and then Saray Palmer off to Ava Moore. Layla Powell, another offensive rebound and stick back. Man, how good has she been tonight?
Well, transition. They did a great job of getting the ball out making 2 extra passes, and they didn't quit on it. They followed right in behind it for the second and third rebound and shots. More and more of those offensive rebounds.
Tell you what, Ashlyn James was making a heavy push for most outstanding player tonight, but we might need to start looking at Layla Powell, who's played fantastic. She'll toe the line to try to convert the three-point play.
They play off of each other extremely well.
Does miss on the free throw, however. 41-17 as Assumption has extended that lead, and they might do it again here as Palmer up and in.
Palmer does a great job of pickpockets and finishing and uses her body well to protect the ball from being blocked.
Tell you what, Coach, when Assumption plays like this, I don't know that there's anybody in the state that can beat him, as Palmer with another steal, but she loses it on this end. And a quick outlet up the floor. Tried the extra pass there. Turns out they're going to keep possession, but wasn't the greatest decision.
No, she felt the pressure. That's what happens when this Assumption team blocks so many shots.
Yeah.
They start hearing them from behind, and that's why she pulled her dribble and tried to look for a teammate instead of just taking the ball strong to the basket.
That was Bracken, also a sophomore on this team, so that's something she'll learn in due time. As Jade Allen going to come over to the sideline Layla Powell, not Jade Allen, comes over to the sideline with a big ovation. Rightfully so. Inbound here is taken away by Ava Moore. Here's Palmer. She's going to turn on the Jet. Into the corner, and that was Palmer missing that one.
They got a good look. Once again, they're unselfish. They're swinging the ball. They're making the extra pass. They're going inside and out some. But what's impressed me is the defense hasn't taken a break.
No.
They're still playing hard.
I mean, that's evidenced by 17 points up on the scoreboard for Manual.
No answers for this Assumption team tonight.
Team that scores 60 points per game this season. Really struggling so far tonight.
Yeah, and they play very competition. I mean, they play some really good teams and so on and so forth. But they haven't played this Assumption team over and over again either.
Palmer tried the wraparound there. Maybe should have held on to that one, taking a little more time.
We're in a good time out there.
Yeah. All smiles, yeah.
Yeah. It's easy to smile when you're up 43-17.
No doubt.
And you're playing well and everything's good. It's tough on this Manual team.
Manual with a new player out there, Bailey Fetcher, a 5'7" junior.
Went full court man pressure, and they threw it right to him for an easy steal.
Speaking of easy, pretty easy shot there by Ashlyn James that she misses, but Kylie Moore there for the cleanup. Couldn't get it to fall, but she does draw the foul. And gets that first one to fall. Coach, what are your thoughts on the region, or this 7th region being moved to Atherton? Any thoughts?
I'm kind of with Donna Moyer. I was used to Valley for many, many years. And one time we played at Bellarmine quite a bit, and that was a really good venue.
Sure.
I really enjoyed that. But once I got used to Valley, like Donna said, it's a nice drive out. But I like this. I like this gym. I've always liked this gym. It's got great size for big crowds. It's a tough time of the year with this heat kind of wave coming through. It's a little bit hot because of the systems that they had. But overall, I like it a whole lot. They really renovated it. And I believe it's a college court now. It's pretty seems to be. I'm not really positive on that. But yeah, I like it.
Kylie Moore streaking down the floor.
And I also like our vintage point, too, tonight.
Yeah, oh, yeah, same.
And we're also by doors where that cool air is coming through. So.
And just mere steps from a bathroom as well. We've got all the advantages.
We've got everything going for us.
As we are going to get a timeout taken here, a 30-second timeout. We'll take one with them. Assumption by 30 here in this second semifinal in the 7th region. Stay locked in here on Glycod.
Buying or selling a new home, and you want to do it with few hassles? Count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Visit Glycod.com for information about our live postseason basketball coverage and check out our Tournament Central page for updates on all the action. Glycod is changing the way you watch high school athletics. Justin Kalen, Mark Evans back here with you as Assumption has taken complete control of this game. 47-17 our scoreline now. And it has been a well-oiled machine here tonight.
They're out to get the running clock right now, and I don't blame them. You want to keep these kids loose and rested and all. They've opened up in that full court man-to-man pressure, and I guarantee it's to try to get 5 more points so they can get the clock running, they can play some people, and they can get out of here without any injuries.
Yeah. Can't help but think what the environment is going to be like on Saturday night. Sacred Heart Assumption should be a lot of fun.
Well, I did the Sacred Heart Assumption game at St. X, I don't know, about a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was packed.
Was it?
It was absolutely packed. Fantastic environment. Sacred Heart made an amazing, unbelievable comeback. I don't really know how they came back, but they did to catch it in the end. But, they'll have the work cut out for us for them against this Assumption team. They look awful good tonight.
Veronica Hawker with that last bucket for the Rockets, a sophomore. Coach C is now his foul on this end of the floor. Again, Nick Landrum, our on-site producer. Joe Lincoln operating the camera for us this evening. Appreciate those guys' help here tonight. We got the easy job, Mark. We just got to talk.
Oh, I know. Well, actually, you have the tough job. The play-by-play to me.
Oh, it's easy.
Play-by-play and what our producer is doing for us here is pretty special, I'd say.
Let me just say, play-by-play is pretty easy if you've got the right teams down. If you're calling Manuel Ballard and stuff like that, it maybe not so easy.
Well,
we moved past it.
That's the only thing you've done. That's not too bad. I'd hate to think me doing it.
That's the free throw up and in, this time by Amaria Pagues. Minute 45 left here in this third quarter. And that one comes up empty, but the offensive rebound, and they'll head back to the stripe. This time it'll be Brooklyn Davis.
Yeah, coaches hate that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, coaches hate to give up that. Offensive rebound on free throw misses.
Yeah. So Davis.
You don't see a lot of them anymore, but we used to run a lot of plays off the free throws where we pick and roll through, and actually served a great benefit. I don't see them. There for a while they changed the rules where you couldn't do it, but since then they've changed them back where you can do a little bit of stunting somewhat, and you can use again maybe a second shot every once in a while. Most right-hand shooters miss to the left anyway.
Much like that one.
Yeah, the crossover.
One more here for Davis, who has been one of the bright spots for Manuel in this one as she knocks that one down for her 10th point. Lead still at 30, however.
Still in the 2-2-1 press, trying to trap the corners. They just can't close their traps, though. This Assumption team's too quick. They beat their traps every time.
James getting this one inside, runs right into a defender, and that's going to get called every time.
Yeah, give that young lady credit. That's a big charge take.
It's Maya Green, a freshman, taking that one.
That says a lot. You don't see as many charge takes as you once did, and if you want to slow a driving team down that attacks the basket, take some charges.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, they don't attack so well. But you also anymore, you risk. You got to really work on your charge taking ability and you got to really practice it. If not, you end up with concussions.
Another Assumption takeaway here as we've got just over a minute left here in this third quarter. This one floated up and in.
Nice little runner.
As Veronica Hawker again, 4 points now in the quarter.
She's a good little ball player. I watched her in a JV game where she started, and she's really good. She's going to be a good player down the road.
Speaking of good, Takenzie Young, I think she'll be a really good player in due time as well. Just a sophomore on the up and under that time. And driving inside with it here is Ava Moore.
Got to work on taking that right hand away from her. You let her go right. She didn't finish that time. She didn't get her shoulders squared up. But you let her go right every time, she's going to hurt you.
51-21 as another foul call down low. And that'll be more free throws upcoming for Manual.
Well, they're staying aggressive. They're attacking.
Yeah.
That's a hard guard, too. Anytime you have a kid on the left side on a wing trying to close out and guard them, that's one of the toughest guards because they usually are right-handed and they're almost all the time have some sense of a running start on you. It's a tough one to stay in front of.
Free throw comes up empty by Maya Green, the freshman who had the big charge taken moments ago. She'll give it one more try. 46% from the line on the season as this one falls through. Perhaps the final possession of this third quarter. As Ashlyn James with 10 seconds, and she's going to throw it right into the hands of Manual. Here they come down the floor. Brooklyn Davis gets it up and in.
Brooklyn did a nice job of using her body to keep James off of a blocked shot opportunity.
And the final heave not gotten off in time, wouldn't have counted anyways, and we'll go to the fourth quarter with a 51-24 score line. Assumption well in control of this game. We'll see what happens coming up in the fourth. Stay with us here on Glycod.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in, like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and Louisville.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Fourth and final quarter set to get underway here from Atherton High School. That's where we have been all evening for the girls' 7th Region semifinals. Sacred Heart won by 20 in Game 1, and it has been all Assumption here in Game 2 as those two behemoths lock eyes on a championship on Saturday for a chance to go to the Sweet 16. Justin Kalin, Mark Evans back here with you. A fun night of basketball, Mark. Been glad to be back alongside you on the call.
Yeah, I've enjoyed every minute of it. It's great to be with you and Nick again, and hope to have a few more before this year is over with.
Yeah.
Great job.
Inside to Kenzie Young up and in.
Very nice job. Great drop step and finish. Nice bounce pass towards.
51-26. Assumption by 25 here.
Back in the zone.
Surprised to still see the starters out there, or at least a majority of them?
No. That was 7 minutes to go. One thing you don't want, Justin, is you don't want to sub too soon.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next thing you know, it gets ugly and gets close, and then you go into the locker room after the game and you win, but you feel like you've been beaten because you play bad at the end.
That makes sense.
So sometimes it's better to just kind of roll them in carefully, and it's still 8 minutes to go in this game.
Jade Allen will get this thing in play. Gets it back on the 3.
Very nice. Just didn't go in.
And it's going to stay on this end as it deflects out of bounds off of Amaria Pagues. Oh, look at this play.
Yeah, that's an old one. It's been around a long time.
And look,
I haven't seen them use it forever.
Look who is on the cleanup, Layla Powell.
Yeah, just have 4 across, step them back, or 3 across, step them back, close the door, and then shoot the 3.
I like it. Great play design. Yeah.
Straight from Hoosiers.
There we go. Best basketball movie of all time, in my opinion. But I may be a little biased.
I've seen it more times than I can count, and never know on a late night I might see it again in the next week or 2. I always know how it comes out.
Yep.
Funny thing about that, though, is I met the guy that was a shooter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I forgot his name now, but when I was coaching the Kentucky All-Stars, and we played in Conseco, but we played in Owensboro, and we had a banquet, and he talked about it. He said, you know how much of that story was true? Nobody knew, and he said 50 seconds. It was the actual film footage, 50 seconds of it. And he said, actually, that year they had like 60, 70 kids come out for the team.
Wow.
Yeah, so, it wasn't quite the way, but it was still a great movie.
Yeah, great movie.
Yeah, forgot his name now. He owned a steakhouse or 2.
And watching a basketball movie this time of the year, never a bad idea.
No.
As up for Ashlyn James, who will have a chance at a 3-point play. She had been quiet here in this second half. That's actually her first points in the second half after 14 first-half points.
She picks and chooses how to be quiet. She just takes care of her teammates so well.
Yeah.
Like you talked earlier, she passes the ball well. Certainly. She sets up her teammates, and that makes for a happy team.
Yeah. Which would explain why they are 22-5 and had a ton of success this season.
Yeah, and they have a ton of talent, too.
See if she can knock down the free throw here.
And Palmer does the same thing. She spreads it around really well.
Ava Moore out for Palmer. Speaking of Palmer, misses, but James on the stick back.
Just a great player.
So 4 quick points now for Ashlyn James as that lead up to 31.
What I like about her, she just plays.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't see any look at me attitude. It's all about team and plays hard. And
backing down here is Pagas.
Very good move.
How does she get that up and in?
Kept her pivot feet and made it work.
And nearly another and one try for Ashlyn James, but instead she'll just step to the stripe for a pair. Foul call going against Amari Bryce. Looks like one of the Rocket players tying their shoe. That's Layla Powell. James' first free throw, a little too strong. Make sure to stay locked in with us on the post game as we'll let you know what's upcoming here on the Glycod schedule. We'll get you final statistics as well. Most outstanding players also headed your way following the conclusion. And we've got 5 minutes of game time left to get through. Looking more and more likely like Manual going to end their season at 17-12, but Amari Bryce with a three-pointer first, and now a ball thrown out of play. So Assumption here in this fourth quarter has gotten a little sloppy, Coach.
Yeah, they've loosened up a little bit. They know the outcome and taking some bad chances. But when they take bad chances, at least they're throwing the ball down the court.
Yeah.
They're trained to run.
Does it frustrate you at all from a coaching perspective to see your team just being this loose with the basketball after a game you've dominated?
You never want that.
Yeah.
You want to go, but it never hurts to have a little bit of ammunition when you go in to talk about things we need to clean up.
Sure.
This game it doesn't matter, but it's just not a good look, and you want your kids valuing the basketball at all times.
Inbound here for Manual. They trail by 26. They've trailed by double figures since very early in this game. And now another takeaway. As quickly up the floor with it comes Palmer. And that time couldn't get it to drop. Now coming back the other way with it. What
Beautiful
a move.
move.
Brooklyn Davis again.
Yeah, beautiful move by Brooklyn Davis. She's a heck of a good player. I've liked her the last couple of years I've watched her play.
12 points now for her tonight. As on the other end, trying to drop it down low. Miscommunication there as Layla Powell wasn't ready for the pass.
No, Palmer thought she was going to be ready, dumped it down, but she wasn't. She had already turned her back to rebound.
Dropping this one down low, but taken away by Powell.
I could see Coach Kovac possibly starting to roll a kid or two in, potentially.
And there she's going to call a timeout. We'll see if that is her plan coming out of this timeout. With 3:26 remaining in this ball game, we'll step aside for a break as well. Stay right there. We'll have your conclusion coming up on Glycod.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Back here, Atherton High School, as we've got 3 minutes, 26 seconds remaining here in game number 2 of our 7th Region semifinals. On the girls' side of things, Justin Kalen and Mark Evans back alongside you. And it is a 24-point advantage for Assumption. They've gotten it over 30 multiple times here in this ball game tonight, Mark, but ultimately they're going to hang on for the win. But like we were talking about, you'd like to see them just play a little bit more clean coming down the stretch
Yeah,
here.
I'd say Coach Kovac made that timeout call for that very reason, reminding them what they need to be doing. I think they'll be in here for a little bit of time, trying to pick it up and end sharp with the group, and then I think you're going to start seeing some people coming in.
It does look like she's going to bring all of her starters back out onto the floor.
As we expected.
With the exception of, it is all the starters.
It is all.
Inbounded for Ashlyn James.
See if she's called something here. It's a 1-4. She has. They're going to clear out this other side. Here they go. Lob behind.
Oh.
Yeah. Good call. Good play call by the coach.
For sure.
Seen it before.
As Jade Allen will send it in play now. James has to track it down in the backcourt with just over 3 minutes remaining. Cross court, three-pointer. Palmer knocks it in.
There you go. Great vision. Tough guard out there in the corner when you got to help to try to stop the penetration.
13 now for Saray Palmer. That Assumption lead back up to 27. As now here we go with a platoon substitution. Coach C down there talking to a group of 5. And she'll send them to the scores table.
Gave her starters a chance to come out and finish on a high. Now they'll all be out.
Looks like it's going to be Veronica Hawker coming back in. Alyssa Gonzalez as well. As Ashlyn James fires the 3 and connects.
So Coach might call a quick timeout to get her kids
Get them in, yeah. We're down to 2 minutes remaining.
They need a foul, maybe.
Down low and up and in by Hemmerly. That is the first field goal of the game for Manuel's leading scorer. And there comes the substitutions. It's Kyla Kovac coming back on the floor. She's joined out there by Maddie Lyons, a 6-foot senior. See if I can get that 5th one to you. It looks like Kylie Moore also coming back in.
Ashley's not happy. Coach is not happy, Franklin. The officials made their call themselves to get called the timeout for them to get the kids in.
Shouldn't you be supportive of that? Your team got a breather.
Been a long, frustrating game tonight for Coach Franklin, and she's a tremendous competitor. This has been hard for her to take.
Yeah. It's been a good season for Manual, but it's going to come to an end here tonight in the 7th Region semifinals, and we are going to get Sacred Heart Assumption on Saturday as Veronica Hawker another ball up and in. Her third field goal tonight. I'll be honest with you, Mark. I'm going to have a little bit of FOMO not being on the call for that game on Saturday. It's going to be electric.
It's going to be a great one. I had the first one, like I said, it was a great one.
So we're down to a minute left. The lead still at 30 as Hemmerly in the lane, step through, and we're going to get a foul call. It's going to go against Maddie Lyons. Stepping to the stripe is Hemmerly. 2 for 4 so far tonight, make it 3 for 5. Again, stay with us at the conclusion of the game. We'll break it all down for you in our post-game show. And Hemmerly gets them both to drop. Now Manuel going to make some substitutions as well, as London Bibb, a senior, will check out. Brooklyn Davis, another senior, checks out. Good game for Davis here in this game tonight. And with 54 seconds left, we are going to get a timeout taken here. It'll be a full timeout. We'll sneak one in as well. 65-37, Assumption on top. Stay with us. We'll bring you the finish here on Glycon.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Back here, Atherton High School, 65-37 our score line as it stands now. As we're down to 54 seconds remaining, Assumption will move up to 23-5 on the season. Manual's season will come to an end at 17-12. Justin Kalen, Mark Evans here with you this evening. A fun night of basketball, but not exactly the two closest of games, Coach.
No. I thought this one could potentially be a little closer. My concern was the ability to score and the ability to keep people off the boards, and both of them really cost Manual tonight. And more importantly, the defense by the Rockets was fantastic.
There's a senior bucket for Maddie Lyons, as the student section loves seeing that. Down to 30 seconds left.
Well, we talked a little bit about that Sacred Heart team. One of their assistants just came by and talked to me for a minute and go, what about our zone offense, Coach Evans? And they're going to have to work on that a little bit. Yeah. You know, that 2-3 zone by Ballard really did bother them tonight.
This one floated up by Alyssa Gonzalez. She comes up empty, and now a body on the floor. That is Hemmerly. Looks like she may have hit her head on the back of her back of the head on the floor. 10 seconds remaining. Sacred Heart, or Assumption rather, on the inbounds to Kylie Moore, who gets the score. I was just sitting there thinking about that championship game. As it's intercepted, and that'll do it. Assumption wins this thing by 32, and we do have the dream matchup coming up in the 7th Region Championship on Saturday. It's going to be Assumption taking on Sacred Heart in what should be a fun basketball game. But we've got to wrap up our coverage of this one. We'll come back on the other side. We'll get you into your post game, bring you some final stats, most outstanding players, and more importantly, let you know what else you can watch coming up this week on Glycod. We've got some dynamite matchups heading our direction. So stay right there. Coach and I will be back on the other side for your Louisville basketball game night on Glycod.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
Blind Select, not just blind. Blind Select, not just blind.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
Welcome to Holy Smokes Barbecue.
At Holy Smokes Barbecue, our pitmasters smoke up mouth-watering ribs, chicken, brisket, mutton, and more. From sandwiches to full dinners, with a complete list of sides and desserts. Holy Smokes Barbecue. Just tell them that the man in the big white hat sent you.
Order up! How's the pork chop taste?
It's pretty good. It's the best one I've ever had.
Holy Smokes Barbecue! Tell them the man in the big white hat sent you.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by HKC Roofing. For your next roof repair or improvement, contact HKC at 502-212-1081 or visit roofyourhouse.com. HKC Roofing, better than guaranteed.
Back here, Atherton High School, as we have wrapped up the game portion of our broadcast this evening, as Sacred Heart gets it done in game one, and Assumption all over Manual in our second game this evening. 69-37 was the final score. Impressive display of basketball by the Rockets in this contest. Justin Kalen, Mark Evans back here alongside you. Head coach, it was a pretty complete game with the exception of when things got a little sloppy down the stretch there, but defensively, offensively, I was very impressed with Assumption in all facets of the game here tonight.
Well, I believe the energy that Assumption played with on the defensive end was spectacular. It's one thing to go hard, but they went hard and smart. They did a nice job of denying the basketball. They got a lot of deflections and touches, and they did that without fouling, and that makes a big difference. This could have been a very ugly game if they would have, they were just very disciplined with their defense, and I thought that was special.
Yeah.
And I thought that was one of the main difference makers.
Yeah, for sure. They got out to a fast start in this one, led 20-9 after our first quarter. They bumped that up to 35-14 at half, a 51-24 advantage after three before ultimately winning this thing 69-37. So there's a quick recap for you. Reminder that tonight's scoreboard presented by the Van Treese team with True Blood Real Estate. No other real estate team measures up. We'll come back on the other side. We'll get you your final statistics, and then we've got to name our most outstanding player and the upcoming schedule as well. All that coming your direction. Stay with us here on Glycod.
your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
Red Ball Recycling is Southern Indiana's #1 recycling choice for a reason. We offer top dollar for all scrap metal. We can buy steel, copper, aluminum, brass, junk cars, and more. Call or stop by Red Ball Recycling and turn your scrap metal into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
This is the mower that cut the lawn, that became the place their kids grew up. The legendary Exmark Laser Z is the zero-turn mower more landscape pros trust. For cut quality, comfort, and reliability, Exmark, official mowers of the backyard life. Visit your local dealer or explore the Exmark Laser Z online for special finance offers, available now.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German-American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German-American Bank, building our community together.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Back here at Atherton High School as we continue to put a bow on game number 2 here tonight. Assumption and Manual, a 69-37 win for the Rockets of Assumption as we continue our postgame here this evening. Justin Galen alongside Mark Evans. And, Coach, we've got to bring some final statistics for you. A look at tonight's final numbers are from German-American Bank, strengthening communities since 1910. I'll start with the individual scoring first for Manual. They were led by Brooklyn Davis, 12 points for her, 6 points for Amaria Pegues. You had 6 as well for Kendall Himmerly, 4 points for Takenzie Young, 3 for Amari Bryce, 3 as well for London Bibb, and 1 point tonight for Maya Green. For Assumption, it was 21 points for Ashlyn James to lead the way, 14 for Layla Powell. So Ray Palmer had 13, 9 of them for Kylie Moore, 6 points for Veronica Hawker, 4 for Ava Moore, and 2 for Maddie Lyons. How about the team statistics, Coach? Anything stick out to you?
Yeah, there's a few standouts. The first standout is offensive rebounds. The Crimsons, just so you can get a comparison, the Crimsons had 10 offensive rebounds in this game, and the Rockets had 25.
Wow.
So that's 25, 15 opportunities more by doing that. Total rebounds, Emmanuel ended up with 30. Once again, Assumption just crushed the boards with 42. That stands out. The other things that stand out is turnovers. Emmanuel had 24 to only 11 by the Rockets. Shooting percentages, they weren't that far off, but we'll talk the difference in just a second. Manual was 12 of 37 from the field for 32%, whereas Assumption was 28 of 70. 70 shots they got, all those second and third shots for 40%, and that was a big difference. And that was the name of the game tonight.
Mm-hmm. You said 7-0, right?
7-0.
I'm just making sure I heard that right.
Doubled up. 12 of 37 to 28 of 70.
That is pretty incredible.
Yeah, three-pointers really was a even wash. Free throws about even. Not a lot of free throws shot, not a lot of threes really. Well, actually, Assumption shot quite a few threes. They were 4 of 16 for 25%, whereas the Crimsons were 2 of 9 for 22%.
There you go. There's a look at your final statistics from this one. We are due one more break here. We'll take that now, come back, and we'll give you your most outstanding players. We'll also let you know what's upcoming on our schedule here for Glycod. Stay right there. One final segment coming up here for your coverage of high school basketball on Glycod.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
Go ahead, pour it on, as thick as you want to. Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, serving up the tastiest ribs, chicken, brisket, brown sugar sticky wings, mutton and ham, always served to you fresh and so good, it'll make you say,
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, 7508 Preston Highway.
Holy smokes!
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tinsley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tinsley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Back here, Atherton High School, one final time this evening. Justin Kalen, Mark Evans alongside you as Assumption gets it done 69-37, the final score. And, Coach, we got to give people some most outstanding players. Tonight's most outstanding players brought to you by State Farm Insurance agent Leslie Gilly. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Let's first start with the Crimsons of Manual. Feels like a pretty easy decision.
Yeah, we went with Brooklyn Davis. She was all over the court tonight, both ends of the court. Had a very, very difficult night to score for the Crimson. She was 5 of 6 from the field, 4 or 5 from the free throw line for 14 points. She had 3 rebounds, and all in all, 2 assists, and all in all, a good game in a situation where they really struggled to score.
Now, Assumption, that decision a little bit tougher. I mentioned you got 3 players that had double figures. Saray Palmer, I thought, had a fantastic game tonight. Her defensive pressure and just the way that she was throughout the entirety of this game. Of course, Layla Powell, double-double, 14 points, 14 rebounds. But ultimately, we decided to go with
Ashlyn James.
Yeah.
She's something special on the court. she's got some great teammates around her, and but she can pick and choose and make everybody better on the court, and she can pretty much get to the rim and score anytime she wants.
Yeah, 21 points for her was the final tally in this one tonight. So congratulations to those two. Those are your most outstanding players. Now we got to take a look at our upcoming schedule. Coming up on Glycod, more exciting high school basketball action brought to you by our good friends at Holy Smokes Barbecue. Tell them the man in the big white hat sent you. And we've got some good ones headed your way here in the next few days. It'll all start tomorrow. Well, no, that's first region. Sorry. The winner of this game will play the winner of the first region in the Sweet 16. That's where I got the mix up there. But coming up tomorrow, we'll have the 7th Region Boys Semifinals. Those will be out at Valley. You'll get Trinity and St. X, and then Manual will take on Ballard in the second game there. That'll set up the 7th Region Championship, which, Mark, you and I will be on the call of on Monday. Looking forward to that one. I'll be back in action on Saturday with the 6th Region Boys Semifinals at Valley. It'll be Webb Du Bois taking on Butler and DeSales versus J-Town. Saturday evening, you'll have the Girls Championship games back here at Atherton. 6th Region, it'll be Bullitt East and PRP. That game was scheduled for 5:30, but it has been moved to 5. But the 7th Region game between Sacred Heart and Assumption will stay at 7:30, is what I have been told. So then we'll also have the 6th Region Boys Championship game at Valley on Tuesday. So about to put a bow on the high school basketball season here on Glycod. Kind of makes me sad, Coach.
Yes, I'm about ready to turn the page, and the next things we'll have is state tournament time.
Yep.
So.
It's going to be a lot of fun. So make sure to stay locked in here with us on Glycod. We've got all kinds of coverage headed your way that you won't want to miss. Before we get out of here, I certainly want to thank Jeff Brusher, the athletic director here at Atherton. Appreciate him having us out and getting us set up in a great spot. Steve Bird, executive producer of Glycod, appreciate his help as always, getting us all the information we need to be able to bring you all these games, whether it be stats, whether it be rosters. Steve is the absolute man for that. Also feeds us all kinds of information throughout the games as well. Nick Landrum, our on-site producer, keeping us up and running, doing a great job as always. Appreciate Nick's help. Always a lot of fun to work with. And Joe Lincoln was on camera for us this evening. Appreciate Joe's help as well. Mark, great to be back alongside you. Can't wait to be back with you on Monday night. But before we get out of here tonight, any final thoughts?
I really enjoyed it. It's good to be back with everybody. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the upcoming games. Both 6th and 7th Region, boys and girls, they all should be good ones.
Yep, no doubt about it. All right, that'll wrap it up for us here on Glycod as Sacred Heart gets it done 59-39, and Assumption takes it home 69-37. They will play for the championship on Saturday night. But alongside Mark Evans, this is Justin Kalen saying so long and good night. You've been watching Louisville Basketball Game Night this evening on Glycod.
From Glycod, this has been UA Local 502 Louisville Basketball Game Night. UA Local 502 and the Mechanical Contractors Association of Kentucky. We do it right the first time. Tonight's game was brought to you by Red Ball Recycling, turning your scrap metal into scrap money. HKC Roofing, better than guaranteed. Tinsley Family Concessions, commitment to quality. German American Bank, building our community since 1910. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust. Anderson's Sales and Service, a top choice for homeowners and lawn professionals. And by Blinds Direct.